and gentlemen.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SEN Live. It is the SCHMOEDOWN Entertainment Network. What's everybody doing? You have a good Thanksgiving? I hope so. I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. You ate a lot of turkey, a lot of gravy. If you're vegetarian, probably wasn't the best holiday for you. Oh, I had a good one. No, you didn't. You didn't have turkey. I hope everybody else is doing good.
Doing great.
Joining us on today's show is Ryan. Hello, Ryan. How you doing?
Good to see you guys. The force is strong with everyone. Happy Cyber Monday.
Nice to have you. Brett Sheridan in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. She's back to hit us with her lyrical stylings. Steph Sabraw here. Hello, Steph. How are you? Muted.
Come on. Number two. Come on. What's up, everyone?
That's right. And now we have Mr. Ben Goddard with the kicking at the. I like that sweater.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Thank you.
And hey, Alex Marzoña in the motherfucking house. Mark Ellis is going to try to join us a little later on, the second half of the show, so that'll be fun. And for you guys, I hope you had a good holiday, because it was a big holiday. It was probably Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's really when it started for a lot of people. And I got to tell you, I was going to give a shout out right away. I've been doing it every single time, and I have to continue to do it. Abby Friel. So my goal was that we were going to hit around 25 to 30,000 followers on TikTok by the end of the year. We hit 26,000 as of this morning, and that is because we had a really big run over the Thanksgiving holiday. Abby's been putting together a great strategy. She's taken some of the old matches and she's putting the trivia in sections, and she's been working with the Ken Knapsack, Sam Witwer match, which is one of the greatest matches we've ever had, and she's taken portions of that, listing it as the Star Wars trivia, and it's been one of the videos had over 500,000 views. It was 524,000 views, and it's just continuing to do well. She's great strategy with her and the Skybound team, Ryan, as well, who have been pushing it. So if you are not already following us on TikTok on SCHMOEDOWN, please do so, because we're finding a lot of new audience, a lot of new people. So if you're brand new and you found us through TikTok, welcome. And look, a lot of great SCHMOEDOWN stuff happened. The Spectacular is right around the corner. The finals of the tournament happening this week. You get the Odd Couple versus Final Exam.
The _ child donated $20. The child formerly known as Grogu here. I've hired legal representation to change my name. I also signed the petition to fire Kathleen Kennedy finally. That biatch has to go for my Dragon Ball Z ripoff of a name. He'll be by the buffet if you need me.
All right, well, thank you so much for that. And if you are here, by the way, if you didn't know, streamlabs.com/SCHMOEDOWN. Put in those schmobots. You want to talk? Steph Sabraw is their second show. You want to come in here, say some nice things to Steph? Please go ahead and do that. This is your way to connect with the crew. It's also a way to keep the crew here every single day. So please go on over there and check it out. We are going to talk about Grogu, and I updated the thumbnail because people were upset.
Samurai donated $20. I am Grogu. I am Groot. I am Grogu. I am Groot. I am Grogu.
Thank you.
I am Groot. I am Grogu, you little treason of a bitch.
Look, get creative. I'm all about it today. Let's before we move into Grogu and all that shit too, we are going to let people know that if you haven't seen the episode for Mandalorian, then you probably shouldn't watch this episode because we're going to talk about it. Steph, what'd you do for Thanksgiving? Did you stay home? What'd you do?
Yeah, I went down to San Diego. My family's here, so all of my siblings came down, and we just ate a bunch of food. I'm still continuing to eat like a fat slob, and it's been absolutely wonderful.
The best.
It is the best.
And I'll tell you why I love it is because turkey knocks you out. These fucking kids slept finally past. I tell you, normally I'm waking up at like 6 o'clock, 6:30. The other day I woke up to 7:45. I said, "What is this Christmas gift that I'm getting?" I said, "What is this?" These kids were out cold, man. It was like somebody slipped them like drugs. And I'm like, they were just out. And my 9-year-old slept to 8:30. I was like, what is happening? I was like, it never happens. And it was this. So I said, look, to my wife, "You make fucking turkey every single day for the rest of our lives. That's what you do."
Kristian got that Black Friday whole turkey sale. Got a 6-pack of whole turkeys.
I tell you though, Ben, I know you get a kick out of the 3-year-old. I'll tell you what she did last night. So last night she wakes up and she's like, I don't know, we don't know why. Like for some reason, at like 11:30, 12 o'clock, she wakes up. She has a bad dream. My 9-year-old actually got to the bottom of it this morning and went through the whole dream and figured, she was like fucking Leonardo DiCaprio in Inception, trying to figure it. She went through and navigated her whole entire dream. But she wakes up last night and then she wakes up again at like it must have been like 12:30 at night, and she's screaming and yelling and she's like she's dreaming. She's like, I want water and blueberries. Water and blueberries is very specific. I was like, very specific that's what you want, water and blueberries. So she's got to be dreaming. She's like, so just get her the water. So we get her where she's kicking and screaming. She's like, blueberries. Like, what is with the blueberries, right? So my wife said, should we get her blueberries? I'm like, I don't know. So we go, and I get these frozen blueberries. This kid snaps out of this hysteria, and she is like a pig in shit. And she is just sitting there eating the blueberries, like just chowing down the blueberries, and then just passes out and goes to sleep.
Oh my God.
She just, I mean, you talk about a craving for out of nowhere.
Right.
I just wanted blueberries. I'm like, that is, I mean, I gotta respect it.
She got it.
She got the blueberries. I mean, I wanted her to just shut the fuck up. So I was like, eat the blueberries, and she did. And I was like, maybe she doesn't really want them. She's dreaming about it. She wanted blueberries. You should have seen. I've never seen the look of happiness in someone's face of just sitting there eating the blueberries, and one of them just firing them in there, and then just lays down, goes to sleep. I was like, all right, and enjoy it. Enjoy the blueberries. But we're not talking about blueberries. We're talking about Grogu. Who's got a conference going on in their house? Someone?
We're hearing a bit of a conference, you guys.
Yeah, it seems like a conference was going on back there.
Maybe. Let me see.
It might be another Sabraw.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
maybe it is.
I'm gonna mute myself. Let's see.
It was a Sabraw.
Yeah, it was Sabraw.
She's off the phone. She says sorry.
It's okay. I didn't know who it was. All right, let's get into this. So if you have not watched Mandalorian, by the way, I want you to spoil or spoil the shit out of us through the SCHMOEDOWN if you want to. Go and let's have some conversations about it. We certainly talked about it on the show that I do with Mike Kalinowski every Friday morning, but I haven't got to really spoil it with the crew yet. So here we go. There are false claims out there that Dave Filoni confirmed that this takes place before the events of Rebels. It is not what he said in that article at all. What he said was, is it possible that this takes place before the events of Rebels? It is. It's possible. I'm not going to say it is, but I'm saying it's possible. So what that could mean, if it is indeed possible, is that at the end of Rebels, when Ahsoka is looking for Thrawn, that eventually she and Sabine go and they go to look for him. So this could be before those events. It also could be afterwards. So we don't know, but it is not confirmed by any means. Just to let people know. The very end of it, the Rebel epilogue.
So the epilogue, right?
Yeah. So just what did everybody think about the episode? By the way, everybody. I know Ryan, and I know you really liked it, right?
Loved it. I was losing my mind all day. We were texting that morning.
We were. Steph, were you happy? Because I know you were. You were very excited about this when you and Rox both thought you were getting it in episode 4, but you got it in 5. So how'd you feel about it?
Oh my God, I was so happy. It's everything I could have ever wanted. It made all the episodes before worth it.
I do like that Brett has become the resident kind of grouch when it comes to Mandalorian, because he texted me simply with a question that said, Grogu? And I knew that, and I knew that right away. We were going back and forth about it. He wasn't sure if he liked the name or something. Is it a bit silly? And I said, is it more silly than Yoda?
Yeah.
Like if you didn't know
Yaddle?
Yeah, I mean, Yaddle's the worst. Yaddle sounds like a bad pancake.
I think Ben's on board with this. We were hoping they were going to be called the Yodas, and his name was going to be Cliff Yoda, and that's it. I don't want to hear.
That's right, Cliff Yoda. But yeah, did that take it away from you there, Brett?
It just, I don't know. It didn't ring a bell with me. That there's certain things that like you hear. I mean, Ahsoka Tano or whatever that has like a, there's an alliteration to it. I don't know. Just Grogu, and it does sound a lot like Groot, and it just the sound of it sounds icky to me. I don't know. It doesn't sound cute.
Oh,
he needed a cuter name, I think.
Grogu. I don't mind. How about you, Alex? How do you feel about it?
Nippy or something like that.
Yeah, Nippy. There it is.
Call
Sorry, I was watching The Vow.
Nips.
That's the first name that came to my head.
Call him Nips. Call him Nips. That'll go really, really well. Hey, Nips. Come here.
Well, you did have Snips with Ahsoka.
Snips and Nips. That's right.
Snips and Nips.
You can't call Ahsoka Nips.
Canceled. Alex canceled. Bye.
Yeah, put respect on her name, Alex.
Yeah, seriously. Come on, Alex.
Yes.
Is that That's good. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I like the name. There's a bunch of weird ass Star Wars names, so why not another one? And it's grown on me. It's grown on me.
Good. People. I love people, but people can be fucking assholes. Like Mike and I, we had just saw the episode. We just saw it, so it didn't stick with it. So I think we were saying Grogu at one point, and the people. Oh my god. The people. Oh, it's Grogu! It's not Grogu! It's Grogu! It's not Grogu! All right, come on, guys! Oh! It's like, shut the fuck up! We just saw the episode. Give me a break.
The name I actually had more of an issue with was Morgan Elsbeth, which was the name
right.
of
that one I'll get
Morgan, like in Star Wars.
Right.
Morgan.
Yeah. And this is her friend Joe Smith.
Yeah.
Right. But either way, it's I dig the name. I think it actually fits the species very well. Grogu, Yoda. I mean, much better than Yaddle.
Can I just say something real quick,
No.
Christian? Yeah, Peak Sweets. Maybe I don't know what alliteration means. Fuck off. Come on.
What happened?
When have I ever said that I was a fucking linguistics professor or something? Come on. Does Brett know what alliteration means? Because I said Ahsoka Tano had a... Listen. Onomatopoeia this. Come on.
Look at Brett. I like this version of Brett. I like this version of Brett.
It's just sometimes
The claws are out, Brett.
I like it. I like it a lot. Brett, say it with me.
Grogu! I mean, I wasn't shaking my fists. I accepted the name. I said it just sounded a little weird to me.
I like it. I really do.
I know why I gotta stay out of this shit.
Yeah, it's called a shit trap.
It is. Was he aware that album was this album? Yes, I did. Sometimes we say things wrong. Oh my god, I'm the first person to ever say something wrong.
Dude, I'm loving this attitude. I'm loving this.
I had a little break, and I'm a little punchy.
I like it. I'll tell you, I liked Punchy Brett because Punchy Brett is the same type of guy that I used to see on stage. If somebody would go, I like that. I like that a lot. Welcome back, Punchy Brett.
Hey,
Yeah. Somebody put in a schmobot to now everybody. You know what? Now for schmobots for Punchy Brett, I want you to entice Punchy Brett. I want you to agitate Punchy Brett so the Punchy Brett can come after you. I want to see who does the best one. All right. So I think that overall, when he's talking about, and he said that the name's been there for a while. By the way, that was the other thing that he said in this Vanity Fair article. And he said that it was something that Favreau had come up with, and they planned around it. This is the other reason why, just kind of me beating the same drum, is why I believe that the show is as successful as it is that there's a plan. There's a plan, and Filoni, not full of shit. He's like, oh, we came up with it last week. I believe that they had it for a while because I think they're probably sitting around going, and Filoni was saying, well, how great would it be if he was like trained on the Jedi Academy, but he was taken away, and that's like, because they had to have those questions between them when they're in the beginning of it. So where does this thing come from? They know the answers. Filoni's always known the answers from Rebels and Clone Wars and all those things of the storylines. So I believe this 100%. Does anybody think otherwise?
With the name?
Well, and yeah, that they had this kind of planned out.
Yeah, I think they had it planned out. A part of me when I heard it was like, this is giving me some Dragon Ball Z Goku vibes, which they do pull from a lot of Japanese culture in general. Yeah. But I think for sure they had the name a while ago, and it fit. Like when they said it, I wasn't like, it flowed well.
Yeah. Ben, you buying what Filoni's saying about all this stuff?
I'm just curious how much they're gonna flesh it out. Like, are we gonna get like the detailed story? Like, when is Grogu gonna talk? Because Yoda was 900 years old, right? He was around 900 when he died, and Grogu's 50. So do they have like this crazy growth spurt at like 100 where like they become, because he can't even take care of himself right now. So I'm curious how the species age. I'm curious like where he was in the Jedi Temple. Yeah. Like I had that meme where like it was like Anakin walks in the Jedi Temple and Grogu was like, "That's funny. I'll see you later."
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was the other. That's just so many questions. Where does he come from? Like, or like who hit him? Who's going to be the other one that comes in? I did a poll yesterday.
Patricia Metz donated $20.
Thank you.
Sorry, Ben, I really wanted to pay for a full night, but I have to be fiscally responsible. Happy Monday, crew. I am so happy the child has a name. His reaction to his name melted my heart. It's not my place to tell people what to name their kid, Brett.
But it is my place.
Yes. It is a white man on the internet. He can say what he wants.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I want to get Angry Brett to sing a song today. So at 600, do Angry Brett, and because Steph gives us so much gold last time, we're gonna set her at the 1,000 mark today. Yeah,
I'm gonna sing a song about this comment. Looks like a douchebag Brady Bunch.
Yeah. Do you understand the amount of laughs that came? Roxy hit you up as soon as she watched it, right?
Yeah, she sent me a video just like in tears, just saying the worst thing she's ever seen. The worst best thing.
It was the worst best thing or the best worst thing, I should say. And the reason why is because of what I've said on the show is that you set it up top.
Donnie Yasu donated $20.
Thank you.
Who knew that space names would be weird and unexpected? What were some people expecting? Timmy? Chad?
Timmy?
Yeah.
No, Cliff.
Cliff. Yeah.
Yoda.
Cliffy Yoda. Cliffy Yodes.
There's the guy named Elan Sleazebagano in this universe.
There is. Sleazebag. It's yeah. I mean, come on, Yaddle, for God's sakes. But anyway, going back to what we were saying with Steph, is that she said it. She goes, "I'm going to do I'm not going to have a great voice, but I'm going to commit." And that was why it was so great. There was at no point did you break. There are people who on this show can sing very well and bailed because they missed a beat or something too. You didn't at all. So I'm actually very. I've got to be honest with you. I do hope we hit the 1,000 because I want to see it again. It was like a wonderful train wreck that I'll watch.
I'm not a quitter.
No, you're not, and I loved it. And he didn't. Did you know that song well or not really?
I don't know that song. I didn't know that song. That's
better.
what made it even harder.
No,
that's why Brett was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah,
it was. I loved every second.
I just was dying inside of how old I felt knowing the song.
Yeah. Well, do you know what I did? What it made me do is I went back and watched the Tiffany video afterwards, and I thought to myself, "Man, videos were really easy back then, like to do." She's just singing in a mall, and it's like it's so bad. It's so bad, and that video was massive. All right, so let's move on to the next. There's speaking of a little bit of sad news here, not a little bit, really sad, is David Prowse passed away. How old was David Prowse, by the way?
He was 85.
85.
Wow.
Lived a long life. Obviously the actor who embodied the suit of Darth Vader. And he had his love-hate relationship with Star Wars. Obviously, was bummed that his voice was replaced, and understandably so. But he brought forward the movement to Vader. He brought forward that imposing figure, the way that everything he did, because he was massive. He was like this big bodybuilder, and he was a staple of the Star Wars galaxy. And it's always sad to lose. I don't know if you guys saw the picture that I posted. I found it on Facebook yesterday. But it was just a picture of Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, David Prowse, Peter Mayhew, and Carrie Fisher, and the three who passed were in ghost form, the Jedi ghost form. Mm-hmm. It's really sweet. So, but anyway, this is where'd you hear the news, Goddard?
I saw it. I think I was honestly streaming or something like that, and it broke like late the night before. And yeah, it is unfortunate. Like, did he go to like Celebration and stuff like that? Was he at like conventions
I
or
believe
anything?
he was. I believe he went to some. I don't know how much he traveled outside the UK for them, but I think so. I don't remember him being a big part. I know that he did have.
Slavario donated $20.
Thanks,
Steph should sing I Think I'm a Clone Now by Weird Al.
I think I'm a clone now.
Weird Al song would be like send everyone into a coma.
Oh my God! So well, I'll tell you right now, it's 10:22, and we're only about $800 away from that stuff. So you might. So we'll see. We'll see if at 600 we're going to set it for Brett doing just an angry song, and then maybe 700 for Ryan today. We still don't have that damn. We still didn't do that Nightmare Before Christmas thing, have we?
Yeah, I got bailed out.
You know what? So why don't we set that?
I've got it.
Yeah.
We'll set that at 7. We'll set that at 7, and then we'll do the 1,000 for Steph again. Yeah, off the hook. All right. So yeah, hearing that he passed was really sad, and like you said, Ben, I don't know if he's done a lot of conventions. I know that he had a falling out back and forth, and I always remember kind of reading positive things with him, negative things. I don't know when the last time he did stuff, but yeah. So sorry, you were saying.
Well, yeah, because I was listening to All My Movies with Dan and Sam was even talking about how when he watched Inglourious Basterds at the Cannes Film Festival, he said it was like the biggest roller coaster of emotion because he was supposed to be in the movie way more, and a lot of his scenes got cut, but the movie was so good, and it was so crazy seeing himself on screen and walking that red carpet and stuff. So I'm wondering like how David Prowse felt that like he's this imposing, one of the biggest villains of all pop culture history, but the voice is just so iconic of Darth Vader. Like I'm just wondering how he felt about Star Wars, but yeah, it's a huge loss because regardless of if it's James Earl Jones or David Prowse you identify with, like he's still Darth Vader. He acted Darth Vader. I
did leave out, by the way, also that Kenny Baker is also in the photo that I posted. So just a reminder, who we also lost. So yeah, anybody else have any other thoughts? Obviously on losing yet another Star Wars legend.
I thought it was interesting that didn't he turn down Chewbacca because he didn't want to have like a mask on, and then he took.
Oh really?
Vader, and he said, everybody knows the villain or whatever, and then he ends up having to wear a mask. It seemed like he was kind of
and his voice,
shit.
yeah, right, yeah, and his voice wasn't even used, but no, it's just you watch that though, you can just tell honestly because nothing against the actor who played who wore the armor in Rogue One, and I thought he did a good job. But there's just something about the way Prowse carried himself as Vader. You felt it, And again, nothing against the actors who have played him since.
Was it him in Return of the Jedi when Luke takes the mask off?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Oh no.
It wasn't
the actor. No. The actor was not him. But he was.
Oh, okay.
He was in it. He was in it the entire time, but not when his face is revealed. That's a different. Different. Yeah.
Being the person who acts the role under the mask is underrated. I mean, we see it with the Mandalorian.
Yep.
That's who brings it to life. It's not obviously I'm obsessed with Pedro Pascal, but it isn't him with those body motions. It's the person behind it. So I think they should get a lot more credit. All of the body doubles that are in the industry, what they do is they bring the characters to life.
Yeah, Ben, you're talking about who the actual actor was that when you that's Sebastian.
You were right. That's Sebastian. Okay, gotcha.
Shaw, yeah. Gotcha. When I thought, but Prowse was walking around the whole time in like when he's in that scene when he first gets Luke and he takes the lightsaber from him, and but I agree with Steph. I think there's a lot of, like someone also mentioned Hugo Weaving in V for Vendetta was another one where the mask was on the entire time, and Dredd, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Carl Urban, which is to me one of the best ones because you talk about ego out the window right there,
Yep.
Yeah. So, alrighty, let's move on. What else?
All right. Let's talk about Kurt Russell. The Christmas Chronicles 2 just hit Netflix, and the movie's director Chris Columbus revealed that legendary actor Kurt Russell may be retiring. Russell plays Santa Claus in those movies, and Columbus relayed that Kurt wants to walk into the sunset and have Santa be the last role he plays. Russell is almost 70
Angry
and
Brett
has been in the
donated
business
$20. Hey guys. Would love to hear everyone's theory on who will come to train Grogu after they go to Tython. It has to be Ezra, I think.
All right, so again, this is a spoiler for Mandalorian if you didn't see it. So just a heads up for everybody out there. All right, so if the question is who's going to train Ahsoka before we get to Kurt Russell, who's going to train not Ahsoka, train Grogu if not Ahsoka, right? Now the only reason I'd say it's not Ezra is because if we're going to buy into the theory that this takes place before the epilogue on Rebels, if Filoni's hinting at it, didn't confirm it, but hinting at it, then that means Ezra is out with Thrawn right now, so it can't be Ezra. Ezra's out in the outer regions, and that's why she's out there searching. So maybe if we're going to take it to where she's searching for Thrawn, has not yet found him at all. It wasn't. I mean, you could take it as if found him, came back, still searching for him. But if you're going to go through the Rebels thing where she's searching for him, then Ezra's out there with him. So it can't be Ezra. I posted a poll about if Luke Skywalker could return, right?
Yeah.
And the question is, do people want to see it? I don't agree with a lot of people. Jay Washington, a few other people had wrote back. It's like, oh, you're shrinking the audience and making it about Skywalker. You're not. If it's one episode, if it's 3 episodes, the story's still about the Mandalorian. Ahsoka came in. The story's not about Ahsoka. She was a character inside of it. When you watch Battlefront, when you play Battlefront 2, Luke Skywalker has a side mission in it. And it's a great side mission, and we haven't seen that version of him yet. So if he comes in, and you introduce the same way, because Ahsoka's getting her own series. There's no doubt about it. She's gonna get her own series, and it was because it went off without a hitch. It went off really well. Fans loved it. Want to see kind of where that continues on, whether it's the Thrawn storyline, whatever it might be. Same thing could happen if people like who they wind up casting. It doesn't shrink. I cannot stand that argument of if the whole series was about just Luke again doing Luke things and just about the Skywalkers and let's find Han and let's find Leia and what they're doing, then it shrinks the audience because you're not expanding it to other planets. You're not meeting new people. Mandalorian has already showed you time and time again that it is. And other people who are saying, well, it's shrinking the audience because it's too much involved with the series and the cartoons and the animated series. If you didn't know that those things existed, you would just say, who are those characters? I want to learn more about them. And or the opposite side of that, if you're part of the, if you're a fan of the animated series and you're like, I don't need to see more continuation of that. Yeah, but other people do. These are interesting characters that they're bringing together for the first time, the same way you would take someone from a book and put them into a series and doing. So I think that there's ways to do it that can work completely. But does anybody else? I mean, is anyone else on the other side of that and thinks that no, stay away from Luke? Yeah, I knew you would be. What Goddard? Go ahead.
I think the show's gonna be. I think next episode, Moff Gideon, is that his name? Moff Gideon.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is gonna ambush Mandalorian, and the next 2 episodes are gonna be about getting Grogu back, and then I think the season is gonna end with them at the temple calling out to the Jedi, and maybe Luke shows up. If Luke shows up, I'm not gonna riot or anything like that. But I just think that this is the first thing of Star Wars that doesn't have to do with Skywalkers, and I'd like to keep it that way.
But why though? Why though? If it plays into the fact he's the guy, he is the Jedi that brought down the galaxy. He is really bringing back the Jedi Order. He's out there looking for archives and looking to bring back the Order at this point, 5 years later. Wouldn't it make sense that if one of the more powerful Jedis ever are out there and this little Grogu is out there, wouldn't he feel it? Wouldn't he go there? Wouldn't it make sense? Not just because, I don't want that because, it has Skywalker's own way, but it makes sense to the story.
But I just don't get why we need that in The Mandalorian.
So you don't think we need Grogu then?
I think we need Grogu, but I like the underbelly. I like the small stories of Star Wars.
But do you see what I'm saying though? But this kid was taken from the Jedi Temple, and she said when you put him out there, he's going to put a signal out to the Jedi, and if there's a Jedi out there, they're going to feel it. Wouldn't the most powerful Jedi at the moment feel that?
I understand that. I also don't like that he was at the Jedi Temple. I don't really like that.
Okay, well that's a different. Yeah,
I don't like that he's thing. He was just got lost and stuff like that. I thought I liked the episode. Okay, it's still my 3rd favorite of the season, but it was just okay, he's at the Jedi Temple. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. But it was just like they're getting bigger and bigger with like Thrawn and stuff like that. And I love Thrawn as a character, but I like the small stories of Mandalorian. I like that it was underbelly. I like that it was under the radar. And now it's like, nope, we are Empire versus Rebellion back again. Like that's where we are right now.
I think that the Empire is still out there. Again, from where it is, I don't think it's full Empire. I think that you're back to if they start, it's tying it all together in one complete thing with little stories in between. I that's what Star Wars always has been. So to me, that's
I like season 1, like the beat up stormtroopers, and like it was like, oh, like they're barely holding on, but like the more we get, it's like, oh no, they have like full bases and TIE fighters and battalions. Okay, now Thrawn's still out there. Okay. So it's like it just keeps getting bigger, and I just wish, I don't know, it's not like bad or anything, but just like for me, I was like, oh, it was like these side stories that didn't take place with the main rebellion, like taking down the Death Stars. Like, no, these are off to the side because people are still living their lives. People are still
_Sutherland donated $20. Can you imagine Dave first seeing Rosario as Ahsoka? Must have been a very emotional time for him. Looking forward to the gallery series with The Mandalorian.
Oh yeah, the new one. That's gonna be great to find all that out for sure. Sorry, Steph, you were gonna say?
Well, I was just thinking in terms of who I would want to train him. In my dream of dreams, it would have been Ahsoka. I get that, and I'm happy that she'll hopefully have her own spin-off series, and that I will be obsessed with. But I loved that kind of compassionate feminine energy between the two of them. And I think that we've seen some of like that dark side in Grogu a little bit because he's so fearful. And I think it would be cool to see him, that like dichotomy, that duality between him and like a female Jedi. I don't know who it would be, but I could see that since the show is so male dominated.
I understand that, but I just also think you got to pay attention with who's out there at the moment, right? So I mean, I understand the hesitation from some people when they say, "Well, I don't want it to be Luke because if it's Skywalkers, we've done this already," and blah blah blah. It's like, but you have to pay attention to the story and the timeline. He is the Jedi that is out there at the moment, so why wouldn't it be him? However, if you're going to add some more Jedi out there, other people on Vegas odds that it could be. I don't want it to be Sam Jackson and Mace Windu. I think that sometimes people have to die in Star Wars and stay dead.
Yes, very true. Very true.
I'll tell you who the outside shot is from me that I would like to see, and I think it could happen, and that's Quinlan Vos. I think Quinlan Vos could be a Jedi out there and so for those of you who are not familiar with Quinlan Vos not only appeared in The Phantom Menace, sitting in the background of one of the scenes on Tatooine. He became a character inside of Clone Wars, and then he also was part of Dark Disciple novel, which is a very underrated novel with Asajj Ventress and Quinlan Vos, who were kind of romantically involved, and then
that's a good book. That's a good book.
It's a great book.
I did read that book.
And then he's on the run, so we don't know whatever happened to him.
He's got that's him, right?
It's like kind of like a Native American type a Jedi, which I think I would love that, and I think that's a way that I think most people, if you're expecting Luke and it shows up, who the hell is this guy? And you show, and Quinlan Vos is the one, because Quinlan Vos, if they play off the novel, kind of tempted with the dark side and saw that side of it. So he would be a very interesting brand new character that would get someone like a Ben Goddard or someone else going, okay, well, that's different. That's different.
Well, do you think that if it's Luke, or like if it's Quinlan Vos, if it's whoever, do you think this is the last we're going to see of Grogu this season? Do you think that whoever shows up at the Jedi Temple is going to train them, or do you think they're going to show up and be like, nope, Ahsoka was right, you need to train him, deal with it, like, bye?
I think the Disney store would say definitely keep.
Yes,
that's true. To Ben Bamboo, I don't want to spoil anything for you, but if you go ahead and read that book, and you'll see that that's not the case. So let's go. Anyway, guys, before we move on,
what
Brett,
does fucking hump say?
Brett, no. He just
no. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But Brett, before we move on, we're gonna turn the SCHMOEDOWN off for a moment here. What's going on with you? Because I know that have you been using Headspace this weekend? Be honest with me.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so what's going on?
It's become like the vernacular in the house. Did I use that word right? My wife will go, "Hey, why don't you go use your Headspace stash?" because apparently I've been a little on edge lately. So yeah, maybe I think we all have. 2020's been just a real rough year for a lot of people, and it's not seeming to get much better. So we got to kind of get our daily dose of meditation. Headspace is super easy to use. Headspace is the only meditation app advancing the field of mindfulness and meditation through clinically validated research. So whatever the situation, Headspace really can help you feel better. Overwhelmed, Headspace has a 3-minute SOS meditation for you. You need help falling asleep? Headspace has a wind-down sessions that members swear by, and for parents, Headspace has morning meditations for you to do with your kids. Headspace's approach to mindfulness can reduce stress, improve sleep, boost focus, and increase your overall sense of being. I've been a fan of meditation for a long time. I slipped away for a bit, and this has brought me back into it. I did transcendental meditation, and I kind of I wasn't regimented enough, and this gives me more of a, it's an app, this is the world we live in, and this is something that can help you kind of get into this and through guided meditation. It's backed by 25 published studies on its benefits, 600,000 5-star reviews, and over 60 million downloads. Headspace makes it easy for you to build a life-changing meditation practice with mindfulness that works for you on your schedule, anytime, anywhere. You deserve to feel happier. Yeah, you really do. Headspace is a meditation app made simple. Go to headspace.com/SEN Live. That's headspace.com/SEN Live for a free month trial with access to Headspace's full library of meditations for every situation. It's the best deal they are offering right now. Head to headspace.com/SEN Live today, and soon your wife will be telling you to go in the other room and get your Headspace.
I like that. And I'll tell you that people love Headspace. And make sure if you want to get the 4 weeks of Headspace, get it now. Right now, go over to the link in this description. And if you want to, if you're too lazy to type it out, then go over there and just click the link, and you can go SCN Live. Headspace.com/SCN Live. All right, so let's move on over. Hey, Alex, put the Schmobot back on. We're about 800 away from Steph. So, Steph, you're in safe space for now. You're in a safe space for now. You're about 800 away.
You guys don't want this? You don't want this, boys?
Don't. It's only 10:40. So don't tempt them. Don't tempt them, because we've seen. I think last time we were under 200. Last time you hit the whatever.
And remember,
it was,
you were safe.
I know, and then Ben started.
I had my YouTube video pulled up, and
you were good.
Donated.
You were good. All right, so some other people. Look, going back to that conversation about who could train him, and it's just, you can introduce new Jedi. You can introduce, because she says that there's not many out there. We don't know who's out there. It doesn't have to be Luke. I think a mention of Luke at some point. My thing is that I'm just excited about the Sebastian Stan side of it. So I want to see if they're able to pull that off, because remember, Rosario Dawson casting came off of an interview with Ash Crossan. They were talking about it.
donated $20. I like the Quinlan Vo idea. It won't be Ezra to me, because the whole episode served as a backdoor pilot for an eventual Ahsoka series by Filoni. As for who took Grogu from the temple, Yaddle. And Yoda is still paying child support.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Yaddle, well, that was the thing. Someone had said that that she gave no prompt. Ahsoka gave no prompts to Yaddle when she's like, I've only known one creature like this in Yoda. Well, Yaddle was gone at that point. I think Yaddle left the Jedi Order like right after Phantom Menace.
Yeah, someone said she died after Phantom Menace or left the Jedi
She
Order.
left or something like. She was gone. So Ahsoka didn't know her. Ahsoka never interacted with her. So she was.
I will tell you this much:
that's retcon canon, people. Get your
Redcon.
I may not want to see Luke Skywalker, but if they managed to get Sebastian Stan in and shoot a Luke Skywalker scene without anybody knowing, this will be one of the greatest kept secrets of all time.
Also,
especially with how media works nowadays.
Yes, no shot the Jedi, or no shot if it is Luke. No shot he shows up this season. No shot.
Yeah.
Unless it's like at the very end, where it's like a cameo where you have the very last shot in episode 8 is them bringing Grogu to someone, and then you just see the black glove. That's something that could be great. I'm I'm all for it because I trust Filoni and Favreau. That's why, and I think that I'm just not on it. We'll be on different pages on it. I'm not on the. It makes the universe smaller. If it was just about him and we did the same thing over and over and over again with the same plot points, then I agree. But if he's a member in the galaxy when he is literally the strongest Jedi, I'm okay with it. But I also really like the idea of Quinlan Vos being the one to train this kid. So, anyway. Let's move on. We were talking about Kurt Russell. He's going to retire. Why? What is this? Why is he happening? Was the movie that bad? The Santa Claus?
No, you want to go out with a bang, man.
Oh yeah,
Santa
I heard this
Chronicles.
thing was. I heard it was terrible. The Santa Chronicles 2. Was it really bad?
Did you see the first one?
I a little bit of it, and then I stopped watching it.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
Yeah,
it's not. They're not great movies, but he's so good as Santa, though.
Yeah.
He's so
that's
good
true.
as Santa. So if he wants to go out as Santa, I hope there's one more, just because I love him as Santa Claus. And then but Kurt Russell, man, what an icon.
Did you like the second one?
It was fine. It wasn't as good as the first one. So if you didn't like the first one, don't watch the second one. The kid from Deadpool 2, Julian something, is in there from Hunt for the Wilder People. So if you like him, you'll like this. But Goldie Hawn's in it a lot more. She's got teased at the end of the first one. She's really good in this movie. I had fun with it. I treat it like a Hallmark Christmas movie, which I enjoy. If you don't like those, then you won't like that. Like, they're harmless.
Can I tell you one of my favorite comments that I've seen so far in the chat?
Yeah.
Schmer says, in quotes, Grog is a ridiculous name. He says, Jesus, seek fresh air and stop being miserable. It's Star Wars.
Seek fresh air. That's a beautiful quote.
It is a great quote and absolutely 100% spot on.
Yes.
It's like, if you can, if
Ryan
you're okay.
Payne donated $20. Quinlan is a great choice. I would pitch for Sejunda. She's also another Jedi that knows of the dark side and had to suppress her connection when we meet her in Fallen Order. Also, it would give us more diversity among Jedi female and black.
Yeah. Is Aiden what the hell? Aiden, shit, what's her name? From Javina Gavankar from the hell's her name, Ryan? Is it
Aiden Versio?
Thank you, Aiden Versio. Is Aiden Versio? I mean, at this point, she could show up too.
Yeah, she's alive in the sequel trilogy timeline, so she could pop up.
And she's great, man. And there's rumor that she's been on set. So
she played the Malcolm Calamari who instructed the ship to park down. Yeah.
Oh, did she really? Okay, well that bums me out then, because I mean maybe that was her role then.
That was the role.
Okay, that bumps me out. I was hoping she was going to be there for come back as Aiden, but I don't know. So fingers crossed on that one. Anyway, so Kurt Russell, we'll go back to good old Kurt. Does anybody? I never understand the announcement of retirement of actors. By the way, go ahead.
Yes, I agree completely. That's what I was going to say. The retirement of actors, musicians, artists in general. How can you just don't know? I mean, Jay-Z is the ultimate. I'm going to retire and then drop 18 albums after. And so why would you do that to yourself? Especially when you get older, it's fun to show up in cameos and just do little roles here and there.
Why announce it?
Yeah, why? It seems a little dramatic, but
I don't think Rick Moranis ever announced it. He just didn't show up. Right? And
he's just gone.
He's just gone. And it's like, oh, where's Rick Moranis? He's gone. He's not doing it anymore. As opposed to, I'm retiring. The only person I ever really who said, two people who said they were going to retire and then retired were Sean Connery and Gene Hackman. Those are the two. That's like
Liam Neeson.
What?
Liam Neeson announced it at one point, I believe. I could be wrong, but it'd be
maybe.
He's not retired. Then he got taken. He was like, okay, I'll do action movies.
No, it was pre-taken.
I
feel like he made this big announcement and that he was
it's like, well, and it said Tarantino is like, I'm retiring after I do 87 movies. No, you're not.
Yeah. Listen, the Rolling Stones said they were going to retire in 1989 during the Steel Wheels tour.
Did they really?
Oh, they do this every year, Brady.
That's what I'm saying. It is it's like, I don't get it. I don't understand why they do it, because it's the Tarantino thing and all that. It's like you're telling me I'm retired. Oh shit! I just came out with a good movie. Okay, I'm not gonna be retired right now. I'll be retired next week. It's like you can't retire. You don't have a bad knee.
No.
Yeah, like if someone like Scorsese like because people were saying Cameron Diaz said she retired as well, but I was like, if Scorsese went up to Cameron Diaz like, hey, do you want to be a lead? Yeah, I think Cameron Diaz will come back for another Scorsese movie.
Look, I'm taking a break. I'm gonna spend more time with my family. Okay, fine. But I'm tired. Acting.
Jack Nicholson also, he hasn't taken a role in years, and he was supposed to do a remake of Tony Erdmann, and that fell through. And so it's just like maybe these people just don't want to take the roles, and so I'm sure Kurt Russell would still have plenty of things thrown at him, and he's still in the Fast and Furious franchise, so still got that going for him.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, so no one's retiring.
Come on. Hey, Kurt Russell. Come on.
Retiring? What are you talking about?
You're not retired.
Cut this shit. You ain't retired. Hey, Brett.
Come here.
Hey, what you got?
Kurt Russell, what you doing?
You're
not retiring.
Me and Goldie, we're gonna sit back and retire. You know what I mean? Come on, I'm retire. I don't know why you
can't put that Santa Claus suit on. You're not retiring.
Put it on again. All right, I'll put it on again. I mean, I'm ego. You know what I'm saying? You know who does? You know who's a great
for life donated $100.
Hey,
I think eventually Grogu will be taken in by Luke at the end of this series. And then we will find out that he was among the students that Kylo Ren slaughtered. Now I'm sad. I think I need a Jeremiah to cheer me up.
You need a Jeremiah? That's fair. I mean, with the $100 donation, you can have as many Jeremiahs as you want. Brett, how's
Yeah,
All right, here we go. Hold on a second. Let me get it. You gotta give me a second here. But while we do this, while I set up the Jeremiah, and Steph, you haven't seen Jeremiah yet, have you?
No.
Okay,
I'm so excited.
All right, I'll find that. Well, let's get to the next story while I find the Jeremiah.
It's
something.
It's something.
Alex?
All right. Disney Plus has altered the Marvel Studios logo introduction to Black Panther in honor of the late Chadwick Boseman's 44th birthday yesterday. Boseman passed in late August from colon cancer, and the tribute keeps the opening but changes all the concept art and images to focus on Boseman's work on the various Marvel films, and at the time of the show, still appearing before the movie. Kristian, did you have a chance to see the new intro, and do you think this is a proper tribute?
Oh, 100%. Yes, and 100%. I think it was classy. I think it was a good move. I think they did it quick, and they did it rightfully so. It's touching, and it's it sucks. It's a reminder that lost them way too soon, but it was. I thought it was really nice. I thought that was a nice way to do it and end it. But what do you think, Ryan?
All class. I think they've been editing a lot of stuff on Disney Plus this week.
That's right.
Things out or adding this cool intro. I think this is a great example of one that's just really classy move. Again, like they truly care, and his legacy is going to live on for a really long time. And I think I wouldn't be surprised they did something like this with Stan Lee for the Captain Marvel intro when that movie came out. And it's totally in their nature, right on target.
Steph, what do you think? Is it a good move to do this now?
Totally. I think it's about doing what you can with what you have available, and like you can't bring back a legend, and they can't keep making movies with him, but they can do this, and it's a beautiful way to honor him. So I'm obsessed with it.
Goddard?
Yeah, same. Like what Ryan said about Stan Lee with Captain Marvel. I'd be very surprised if this wasn't in front of Black Widow whenever they release it, theaters, whatever. It'll probably be on the Black Widow one for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was a man who did not like to be corrected on his vocabulary. He did not like to be told what to do. He wanted to do things his way. This was a man who wore baseball hats with a flat surface whenever he felt it was time. This man was... It's good to have you back. Jeremiah, ladies and gentlemen. Jeremiah. It's my favorite part.
Patricia Metz donated $20. Christopher Columbus is only trying to get his name out there and his movie out there. You guys would not be talking about this movie if it was for his announcement of Kurt Russell's retirement. I enjoy the movies because they are so weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know that.
I don't know that. I talk about this movie every day with my wife.
The only reason I don't agree with that is because it's Christmas time. Yeah. December. So there's a new Christmas movie on Netflix drops, and the guy from Home Alone directed it. You'd probably still be talking about it.
Like I say, like Chris Columbus is a pretty well-known director. Like,
that's one thing I was gonna say is Chris Columbus is the one who shared this. Like, I don't think Kurt Russell came out and announced this. Yeah. Like, Chris Columbus was like, well, he told me he's retiring, and like, oh my gosh, his role in this movie. I kind of hear where he's coming from.
What an asshole move to do though by Chris.
Right.
Yeah.
He won't be directing Christmas Chronicles 3. We know that.
It's just like I do have to get Jamie Costa. Let me see. I'm gonna try to call Jamie Costa. I'm gonna see if I can get him to do a Kurt Russell impression. It's
Which movie?
You ever heard it before?
No.
Oh, it's great. I'm gonna see if I can get him to do it. I'm gonna call him and see if I can get him. Trying to call Jamie Costa right now. For those who don't know. he might be sleeping. I don't know, but Jamie Costa. Oh, here he is. Hey, nothing. You're live on the air. I just wanted to let you know, so I'm not surprising you.
Surprise!
we were talking about Kurt Russell. And did you hear this? Like Chris Columbus, he's doing the he was doing the interviews for the Christmas Chronicles or whatever, and he said that Kurt Russell might retire. Did you hear this?
No.
Yeah, I don't know how true it is, but can I interview Kurt Russell for a second? Is that
he's right here.
All right, let me ask him. Hey, Kurt, can I ask you a couple questions, Kurt?
Is this the old Harloff?
Yeah, it is. It is. How are you, Kurt? I haven't talked to you in a bit.
We're doing all right. We're settling in.
Well, good. So listen, I saw Chris Columbus. I can't imagine you're happy about this. Chris Columbus had made the announcement that you're retiring, but we didn't hear this directly out of your mouth. Can I have a confirmation from you? Are you indeed retiring, sir?
Now, wait a minute. You're telling me that Chris is spitting that out there?
That's what he's saying.
We had a talk. He was not supposed to say a damn thing about that, but well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. I mean, we'll never know if I'll actually retire fully. Baldy and I, we'll hop into movies here and there. Who knows? Maybe another. Chronicles 3 depends on Chris can keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, Kurt. Well, listen, I don't want. I know how much time I'm gonna take. I don't want to take too much time from you. But is there anything else that you are working on before you, of course, retire? So we were not going to see you appear in any. Apparently, at one point, you were supposed to be Han Solo. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah. I think I recall auditioning for that. But hey, I did all right. I've been gone with John Carpenter films day of the week before we're getting caught up too much in now. I mean, you take it from Harrison. He'll tell you. He doesn't like playing I said, good on you, but not for me.
Well, listen. It's always a pleasure to speak with a legend like yourself, sir. And I'm very happy to have you on the show. And we are going to have both Harrison Ford on the show very, very soon. So I'm excited to hear
give that guy a call.
I will.
It's good to hear from you, Harloff.
It's great to hear from you, sir. And please tell Jamie, give Jamie my love, and tell Jamie that to this day, the Obi-Wan short that he did is one of the best Star Wars movies to come out in a very long time.
I'm telling him. But I told him he needed to grow his beard out a little longer like me.
That's true. All right, well, the great Kurt Russell, thank you very much. And Jamie, we love you, sir. We'll talk to you very soon.
Peace.
Wow.
Right?
That was scary.
He is. Dude, the guy can do anything. He's the best. He's the best. Have you ever heard, Steph, are you aware of Jamie Costa?
Yeah, I heard of him a few months ago. He's incredible. I saw his
Robin Williams.
Yes, that was the one. I was like, holy shit, this guy's good.
I'm gonna get him on to do like a full show with us again because he is something else. And he's just a sweetheart of a guy too. He's a really good good friend of mine.
Shake_Iacofetta donated $20. You know, as much as I love Steph, I wouldn't be all that sad if she retired from karaoke.
Shots fired.
That's good. Well, let's see if that dream is indeed. Well, no. Listen, guys, it's 11 o'clock, almost 11 o'clock, and I can tell you that Steph's only about $580 away from singing another song, or should we say assaulting us? Should we say that?
Assaulting your ears.
Yes, assaulting our ears. So, is there anything else that we should be talking about here, Alex? Or is that the main stuff?
I mean, do you want to talk about Jeans Guy?
Yes,
he was edited. He was edited out of the 4th episode of The Mandalorian, named The Siege. And if you see my picture, he's right there. Obviously, you can't see him too well, but this is just marks another edits that Disney Plus has been doing to their shows. And what do you think of this canon erasure, Kristian?
They had to do this. I mean, come on, they had to do this. First of all, how did this make it into the shot in the first place? How did it make it in? Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
No. I was just saying right. Like I was just surprised. Go ahead.
Yeah, how does it make it in there? It's the same. It's the same thing with, I guess, the coffee cup, or whatever it was in Game of Thrones.
But the water bottle.
Yeah, but the difference with Game of Thrones and this one is that Game of Thrones, that scene was massive, right? There was a lot going on. It was towards the end of it, and they missed a cup. There's a dude in the shot. He's got jeans on and a shirt. It's like, how do you not see that? It's like, and how do you not see it in the? And it's okay. I'll give you a pass on not seeing it in the actual shoot. But who's rewatching this? Who's watching the cuts? I mean, shit. I have people QTing for God's sakes. It's like, you got, sir. There's a guy standing in the corner. I don't understand how that made it through.
Right, because like the set is probably really quiet because they're just like doing this with the laser guns, just standing there, and then like when they're doing the post-production, adding all the color correction, all the lasers, all the sound effects, they don't notice a dude standing in the hallway.
Now it's different than like the Teen Wolf extra that whipped his cock out. That's different, but like because that guy. A little different because that guy's in the bleachers and you didn't see it and you didn't really see it, and that was in the 80s. You didn't see it. This guy's standing right there, and he's just like, and what and this guy, what he was like, hey, I think I made the shot today. I think I'm in it. I'm not going to say anything though. And then they had to spend whatever it was. It's so funny. It's amazing. Oh, wait a minute. This is Rudy. This is Rudy, and they are taking the jeans guy out. Why? Who's got the problem with it? Do you have a problem with it? Apparently. Oh, the networks. The networks have the problem with it. Well, it's not on the network. All the networks. All the networks have a problem with it. Well, guess what? You removed him. There's tomfoolery going around. If someone's removing him, who's removing him? Was it Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I am sad I didn't get the the Stormtrooper bonk treatment. Yeah. They literally added that in the special edition. They like okay, you guys notice this? We're gonna make a big ass sound effect to it.
A little harder to do though, because it's in a t-shirt and jeans for God's sake. Oh, the networks. DJ Knight is not liking the Giuliani. He says cringe. That is very innovating. Who in the word could have thought of using that word? Cringe. Brilliant.
They obviously know alliteration.
Brilliant.
Right? Because that's what that means.
That is literally that's like the guy in the audience during comedy shows that doesn't know what to say and he goes, "Fuck you." Yeah. That's basically what cringe is. It's like I like it. I cringe so hard. It's the stupidest thing that the internet has ever come up with. It's like, no, you didn't. Did you stand? You did. You went like this. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You said, I don't like that. You shrugged. Maybe you shrugged. Maybe you made a face. You didn't cringe. You didn't go like this. You didn't do that. Because if you did, that's dramatic and stupid.
Oh, shitballs on a cracker.
That's right.
Shitball.
What's next?
In an improv. Can we get some suggestions in an improv show? Syphilis-filled cum bubble. Why are you alive?
What?
Why are you alive?
Wait, syphilis-filled cum bubble?
Yeah, I heard that one time.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Sounds like a personal
It's like, are you serious?
experience.
Why did you come here? Why did you leave your house? Why did you come here to just ruin my life right now?
Yeah. Oh, this guy's. Oh, I was hoping he was gonna be funny. He's a scumbag. That sucks. Bye, scumbag.
Oh, is he a scumbag?
He's a scumbag. He's gone. Go somewhere else, you little fuckface. You little fuckface is what you are.
It is a spicy Monday.
Cyber.
You little dirty fuck face. What are you doing now? Now that you can keyboard.
The hiccups right now.
Soundbite.
Yeah, you little fuck face.
Nice and clean, Christian.
You woke up in the morning. You said, "What am I? Am I a good person? No, I'm a fuck face." That's what you are, you little fuck face.
Time to make people feel bad. Dazzle, baby.
Time to be a fuck face, but I got called out for being a fuck face. That's what I am. Oh my goodness, I ate spam. Nice cringe. All right,
this is pure April vibes right here with you two right now.
The March Hare donated $20. Can we get the Mad Hatter arguing with Angry Brett that an unbirthday is a holiday? Of course it's a holiday.
No, it's not a holiday. I agree. I agree with the
That was a good challenge. It was a good challenge.
Those people who were talking about it or not knowing, we're talking about the Odd Couple played. Who the hell they played? They were playing up against Deception. And there was a question about what holiday do they celebrate in the Alice in Wonderland, Mad Hatter, and the question is, the answer is on birthday. This question should have been, and PJ and I spoke about this. Question should have been, what are they celebrating? Mm-hmm. That's it. And should be also it also should have been said in the animated version of Alice in Wonderland. What are they celebrating? Because it doesn't say what year. It doesn't say anything to, so it was confusing. So that was the conversation that Mark and I had off air, and PJ was, well, we didn't say what movie.
Jack Burton donated $20. What the hell does that mean? Huh? China's here. I don't even know what the hell that means. All I know is this Lopan character comes out of thin air in the middle of a goddamn alley while his buddies are flying around cutting everybody to shreds.
How was that?
Is that from Big Trouble in Little China?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, yeah, okay. That it could be. Thank you for that. Well, it's Jack Burton. It was.
Oh yeah, Jack Burton. Yeah, that is okay. That is.
But anyway, so the match itself and that challenge was, I think, it was just a little too confusing, and because it landed on the 2-pointer, we just decided to give him another one because there was just too many things inside of it that were a little messy. So, and we had the head writer there to understand it. So, okay, I think that's everything, right?
I think he was asking for an impression though.
Oh, was he?
Do that? Yeah, Mad Hatter arguing with Angry Brett that an unbirthday is a holiday.
Oh, I see. Okay. So we have to put some. We'll put some music on. Well, yeah, that would make sense to have the Mad Hatter in there. Huh? Where is it?
Hey, Mad Hatter. Somebody said that an unbirthday is not a birthday, and I think they're full of it.
Well, it's not a birthday, silly. They said it's not a holiday. Well, if you think that that's not a holiday, then I don't know what dressing up my genitals to look like kangaroos is then.
Sounds like a Saturday to me, brother.
That's right. And that could be any kind of unbirthday that you want it to be. One time, I had a pink elephant come over and whip me unsenseless for one of my unbirthdays, but that doesn't mean it necessarily was a holiday, just meant it was a good day.
I'd like to unbirthday the 37 birthdays I shit the bed the next morning. Can I un those birthdays?
That to me that sounds like a Saturday for the March Hare. He's a real scumbag.
You're goddamn right.
Steph, you got any second thoughts of joining the show?
No, I love the Mad Hatter. I didn't know you had that in your wheelhouse. Mad Hatter is one of my favorite characters.
Oh, well, there you go. Welcome to the
all
show.
Faces. I'm so happy to be here.
Good, thank you. We lovingly call our audience fuckface and shitwads.
Yep.
Shitwads, yeah. I love you.
Shitwads, the shitwads. All right, let's get to the next. Well, I guess we have no more topics, right?
Well, did you want to talk about the Tyson-Jones fight and Nate Robinson?
Yes. Let's do that. So, I was very tempted to spend the $50 on this fight, and then my senses told me don't do that. Because a lot of different reasons. One, it doesn't mean anything. as far as neither one of these guys is going to move up the rankings or anything along the lines. I'll eventually see it. I don't need. It's not like one of these fights that I have to see. Like, oh my god, I got to figure out who won. Blah 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 blah. And there were so many different things going on with the 2-minute rounds and all this. I'm like, I'll see it. And it was on YouTube like the next day, so I watched it anyway. And so that was the one part. The second part of it was I just don't know if I want to. Honestly, I didn't want to spend $50 on it. That was the main thing.
That's fair.
But I watched it. I thought for what it was, I thought it was a good fight. I thought they both put everything into it. I thought that they really went at it. And they did exactly what they did. I think Tyson was right. You know, where at the end he said they entertained the crowd. I thought that they did. I thought I am a lot younger than Mike Tyson. You could tell me that you were going to put my kids and my grandkids through college and pay for their lives for the rest of their life. If I spent 30 seconds in the ring with Tyson, I tell you, go fuck yourself. After watching everything that guy, he hit so hard. And even Roy Jones Jr., Roy lost that fight, by the way. The reason that they did that was because they want to set up a rematch to do it again. What do you think, Steph? I know you were watching it.
Yeah. Well, my family's big UFC fans. I'm not really into boxing, but we wanted to just like join together. And like Mike Tyson said, he's the greatest humanitarian right now. So we did it for humanitarian reasons. We paid the $50 and for Snoop Dogg. I thought, it wasn't a draw. Even Jones said he lost. He clearly lost. I thought Mike Tyson like trained like a insane person for the past year to be in the shape that he was, because he was kind of doing circles around him. But I thought the whole event was pretty cool. I thought Snoop Dogg was 100% the MVP. The fact that he performed on short notice when Lil Wayne canceled, killed it. He outperformed all the younger performers and then was the best announcer, I think, on the table as well. So I think it was a really fun night for people. Like they were saying, people just want something to entertain themselves.
Right. And I think that was the thing. Is I was a big boxing fan for a very long time, and then I became a big UFC fan. But with boxing, it's just there's a lot wrong with boxing in general. But I remember watching Tyson and a lot of his fights, and there's the excitement that he would bring, and he still has that. It's just how he has it. I mean, even when Brad Gilmore was talking about the fight on Rundown this weekend, and he were talking about this, like it's just this energy that Tyson has about him. And you just never know what's going to happen. Just never know what he's going to do and how. And the fact that I remember he was on Rogan not too long ago, and he was talking about how he just shut that part of him off, and it woke up again. You know, and that obviously, and he's 56 years old or whatever the hell he is, and he punches like a 30-year-old. You know, he's just a freak of nature when it comes to that. And Roy Jones Jr. was a great fighter. So I get the spectacle. It was like a WrestleMania match when two legends kind of fight. And I understand that. And then, but it wasn't what everyone was talking about. It was Nate Robinson getting fucking knocked out by.
Bro, can we talk about that?
It was Jake? Who? What? Logan Paul?
It was Jake Paul.
Jake Paul is his brother. Okay, so wait, Logan Paul also fights though, right?
Yeah.
Logan's done like the YouTube versus YouTuber against KSI.
Yeah. Well, but these guys, the Paul brothers, have been training like.
Oh yeah, they're big athletic kids. Like.
Oh yeah.
But they've been training like legit training. So like I don't understand what was in it for Nate Robinson. Like, does anyone know the story? Because I don't.
I know Nate Robinson is short for the NBA, but Nate Robinson's 5'9", and like, was Jake Paul like 6'1", 6'2"?
Something like that. Why?
There is a height difference, but I would have bet money on Nate. I would have bet money on Nate.
Me too.
I would have bet.
Nate Robinson's a freak athlete, dude. Like,
I would have bet. If I would have known those two were fighting, I would have bet $500 on Paul. I would have bet, I don't know about the knockout, dude. He's been training. They both been training, like legit training, like Jake Paul or Logan Paul was learning a lot. And first of all, younger is first. That's second. Second, Nate Robinson is not a boxer. This kid's been training in boxing. Why was Nate Robinson in that ring? Why did this happen? Just because someone's athletic doesn't mean you can fight. These kids
that's
can
true,
fight.
But I wouldn't want to street fight Nate Robinson. That's for sure. But
this ain't street fighting. This is boxing.
True. But I'm just saying, like, Nate Robinson has been the underdog his entire life, made it to the NBA.
Absolutely. Doesn't mean he's got that animal instinct, and doesn't mean that he can fight. And
that was a weird
can't.
fight. And when you were watching it, you kind of felt like that, like one person had a skill set in boxing and the other person was just a straight athlete. So you could instantly see that it was even playing field from that. But I think it started as just social media beef. Nate called out him, and then it started going from there. And you see, even when they're announcing Paul, they're talking about his 33 million followers. So it's really just a publicity stunt, I think. And they just were getting two athletes that could go in the ring together.
Yeah, but it was just like,
wait, can I fight Ellis and get more followers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Ellis is here, by the way.
Mark Ellis, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Ellis joined.
What an intro!
Well, Mark was and I were texting over the weekend, and Mark was telling me he was going to get the event, and I'll tell you, to be completely honest, when Mark sent it to me, I went to Spectrum and I went to it, and it was like a moment in a movie where I could feel the sweat beating down my head as I was about to push, get this, buy this. And then there was like an angel that said, fuck that, don't do that. And then I just said to Mark, do me a favor, just send me screenshots. And he sent me a couple screenshots, and he sent me the knockout of Nate Robinson. Mark, when you were watching this, you watched the full fight? Why was Nate Robinson in the ring with this kid at all?
I watched every fight that night, and let me say a few things up top here, Kristian. Thanks for the platform, by the way. Hi, friends.
You're welcome.
Look, when you watch Kristian and I announce a movie trivia SCHMOEDOWN, we try to do a good job, and we try to mirror ourselves after maybe Madden and Summerall, maybe Joe Buck, Troy Aikman. But what is now undisputed is that Snoop is the greatest announcer in boxing history and should be on hand for every sporting event, period. He was unbelievable to announce two boxing matches and in between just casually do 30 minutes of the greatest hip hop hits of all time. It was Kristian. That's why when a Snoop comes up to you, even if you're not a drug user, when a Snoop comes up to you and offers you a hit off a joint, you don't say no to that. Okay. You don't pass up your opportunity.
Are you talking personal experience?
You know this, yeah. Before I decided to start getting high every night, the only two people who got me to get the first person ever make me smoke with them. I don't want to rat this person out, but you saw her in E.T. and
True Wallace.
It was D. Wallace. At that time, it was D. Wallace Stone. Yeah. And then after that, Snoop, who has his entourage, every member of his entourage has an entourage. And I was one of the members of those entourages at the Comedy Store. It was basically like, when you're a kid in kindergarten and you do that parachute thing where there's just like a huge circle, that's what it was. And this joint was just getting passed around. I find myself right next to Mr. D-O-double-G. And he passes it to me, and then I feel all this pressure. I don't even know how to smoke weed by this point. And so I'm just like, oh God, what do I do? So I just took the biggest.
Oh no.
Amazing.
I was just coughing like I had just chugged a bottle of tequila. And so everybody started laughing and having a good time with the moron. But it was look. I'm going to tell you all this. Just because Nate Robinson got knocked out by Jake Paul, kids at home watching, if you have the opportunity to either fight someone from YouTube or fight someone in the NBA, take the YouTube.
Yeah, but I don't disagree with that. But I don't think he should have been in the ring at all. And I think that's probably why he probably went with that mentality of saying, well, it's some YouTube kid, I'm going to fuck this kid up. And then he doesn't realize, like I was telling Goddard, these kids have been training, man. They've been training hard for like 2-3 years, and it's like, and they're picking it up and they're serious about it. Like it feels like every other week a Paul is boxing, and it's like you might hate them, you might not like them, but they can whoop some ass, and that's what just happened. I mean, because that was a brutal knockout. Like the memes that have been going around have been incredible.
It was
like he knocked him down twice.
He should have stayed down. He should have stayed down.
Yeah, because you could see it like after the second knockdown, he like had that look like,
what I get myself into? Yeah.
But then he was like, came up charging, and I'm like, slow down, bro. Like, it's not
Well, that's my point. So this is somebody who doesn't know how to fight.
Yeah.
There was no. But if it was like Ron Artest or something, I'm still gonna put money on Ron Artest over a Paul brother.
He called out Colin McGregor though, and I would like to see Colin McGregor.
Oh my God!
The fuck
Well, the Paul
right there.
Too. They're getting ahead of themselves. I saw one of them call out Mayweather. It's like,
oh God.
Let's now look. Are you going to get a lot of people to watch? Yes, but now that's when my betting will start to flip towards the professional. You know, like when it's, I don't care if Floyd Mayweather has been out of boxing and hasn't picked up a glove, and I don't like Floyd Mayweather, but I can tell you he's one of the best boxers of all time. Not the best fighter, but he's one of the best boxers of all time. He would whoop up on either one of those guys probably at the same time. So whether he was out of commission or not.
Like I think Michael B. Jordan was like on a red carpet or like interviewing about Creed 2 or something. He's like, yeah, man, like I've been training a lot. Like I'd love to, take on. I don't think I could take on someone in their prime, but I could take on one of these old heads. And I think it was Roy Jones Jr. like immediately tweeted out, was like, set it up. It's like, no, you training for a movie is not actually boxing.
No, it's not. It's not the same. So
you don't want to lose the sexiest man award.
But Nate Robinson just completely. I mean, he's gonna be a laughing stock now. He's a laughing stock.
A lot of people say things about Jake and whatever the Paul guys.
Yeah.
And, my personal opinion, I'd like to see Tyson punch them both in the face, but
yes,
one
set
shot,
that fight up.
one shot,
one after another.
Yeah, I see. You don't see him say that. He's like, I want to fight Mayweather. I want to fight Conor McGregor. It's like, call out Tyson.
Yeah. One of them called out Alex. I was like, come on. Come on.
Well, hey, Ellis, I got something for you because we set the goal here for Steph today at 1,000 for the karaoke. If I set it for 1,100, can I get you to belt out a Van Halen tune?
Yes, and the only reason I say yes is because, first of all, it should be me opening for Steph. I'm sure she has amazing pipes that far exceed my own talents.
No, they're probably it's about the same.
Mark, you've missed some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I say this. Yeah, I say this lovingly to Steph, and she knows this. It's as if you're laying in bed and a cat got into a fight and then died.
Slowly.
And then the
like
zombie
run
cat
over
came
slowly
back and started meowing at you.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is. So
okay, so I will give karaoke a whirl if we get to 1,200. I'll do a tune. It's not going to be a Van Halen tune. I'm not going to disgrace the legacy.
All right. So
I'll do something.
So you'll do a tune at 1,200. All right, Mark's at 1,200. Then 1,000 is Saul. Saul says Nate Robinson is going to have to beat like 3 YouTubers' ass just to get that reputation back. He's right. He's absolutely right. But either way, it's pretty crazy. We do have to get to these questions though because we only have about 40 minutes or so.
Someone put Simba, Photoshop
I
Simba
saw it.
next to Nate Robinson.
I saw it. I felt so bad for him. I felt so bad.
Lost my mind.
I know because I like Nate Robinson.
Yeah.
I like Nate Robinson. It's one thing. It was like a douchey guy that you're just like fuck him, but I like Nate Robinson.
I knew Jake Paul was no joke though when I announced a celebrity basketball game at it was at Kobe's gym in Thousand Oaks, and there were a lot of famous people balling there, and Snoop was there, and Snoop still has slow post moves, but Jake Paul just to like see this guy on YouTube or know who his brother is, and then you see how jacked he is in person and how tall he is. It's like, oh, he's got reach, he's got strength. That basketball game was so funny because everybody knew it was for charity except Terrell Owens was treating it like it was Game 7. He was treating it like there were scouts in the crowd.
Yeah.
It was this. He was throwing elbows at Snoop, and it's like, dude, this is Snoop's 65. Relax.
Yeah, I can't do it. All of that. They're all. I mean, look, they're professional athletes who take shit really, really serious. But you knew that the Pauls are going to take this as if they are fighting Tyson. Mm-hmm. Every fight, because this is to them. Now everyone's just talking about how much of a badass this guy is because he knocked out a guy who's never boxed a day in his life. You know what I mean? It's not, well, neither is the Pauls. These guys have been training, and they've been training intensely. So I knew it. So that's why I would have, Goddard, I wish that you and I could have bet together because I would have bet everything that I had against you that Robinson.
You might have took me for some. I don't know how much I would have bet, but I was pretty sure Nate was at least going to hang, and he did not at all. Oh my God!
That was the one when that was the one. Paul, I knew he was going to win that fight, but when it was Tyson and Jones, and then I think that I was going back and forth. I think it was maybe Ellis. Someone asked me. It was Ellis asked me. Someone asked. I said Tyson. Tyson's going to win that fight for sure. And
I took Jones. I thought Jones was going to win before the fight, before I saw the intros. But as soon as they had the intros, like Roy Jones looked tired getting to the ring. And I was like, oh, this probably is not good news because I knew how hard Tyson was training. But for Roy Jones to stand in there for 8 rounds, because I was texting you, Kristian, I was like, every round, it was like, no, he doesn't have any wind left. And they were only 2-minute rounds. And so just the fact that he was able to withstand the force of nature to this Mike Tyson for 8 rounds, like Tyson was always that kind of fighter where if he doesn't knock you out in the first or second round, then it's going to be a long night. But for Roy to take that, because you and I were talking, like Roy historically towards the end of his career could get knocked out. And I thought that was going to happen. It just never did. So that was fun. It was kind of like watching SCHMOEDOWN season 30, Rachel Cushing and Kevin Smets go at it one more time.
I know, it's true. I mean, that's what it is. Like I said, it's like a Legends match, and so that I understood why they were doing it. It wasn't like when Chuck Liddell fought Tito Ortiz for the 4th time or the 3rd time, whatever the hell it was. Like that was a travesty. That should have never happened. This was set up differently. It was set up in a way that they knew exactly what it was, and they weren't trying to pretend that it was this big Las Vegas MGM 12-round, 3 rounds for a potential comeback. It was exactly what it was set to be. So I had no problem with it. I just wasn't going to spend $50 on it.
Look at Brett. Brett, I'm sorry that I didn't acknowledge your call out earlier. You look like you're really actually ready to fight someone.
Oh,
so
I am today.
He is. He's in the mood. He's in the mood.
If I have to be the guy, I will stand in the ring and I will take punches. Because I've said this because people always ask who's going to win in a boxing match between Harloff and I. And I'm like, if Harloff gets a shot on me in any of the first 3 rounds, then I'm done. But if I can hang and I can wear Kristian out, I used to say that about round 4. Kristian's in better shape now. He's been eating eggs. So I think round 6. If I can last till round 6, all I have to do is just touch Kristian and he'd probably fall.
Brother, you got to last 30 seconds. That's it.
Yeah.
I get tired with my daughter jumping up and down on the bed when I'm holding her by the hands.
Yeah.
Ellis,
you know the thing you said about the other fighter walking to the stage? That's me. That's me.
Yeah.
I'm like, get it.
It's like you figure quarantine is. You know what? This is where I'm really gonna learn how to do some new stuff. I learned how to eat cheese puffs in one hand, and I learned how to be able to make an egg sandwich in the other one. I can tell you right now, I have no problem saying that I'm exploring my inner fatness. All right,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see you.
So
I thought he was going to say, I can't wait to fight you now.
Even better. So let's get to the next. Let's get to the questions. Streamlabs.com/SCHMOEDOWN. As we said, at 600, Angry Brett's going to sing a song. At 1,000, Steph's going to torture your ears, and at 1,200, Mark Ellis is going to sing a tune. So that's what we are working with here today, ladies and gentlemen. So as we keep on moving, a reminder to everyone that the finals of the Movie Trivia SCHMOEDOWN Tournament, Teams Tournament, it goes live this week. This week, the winner of that will play Shazam at the SCHMOEDOWN Spectacular. What a spectacular it is. If you start off with the Star Wars Championship, Alex Damon defending his championship against Andres Ace Cabrera, who won the Movie Trivia SCHMOEDOWN Star Wars tournament this year. Speaking of tournament winners, Chance Ellison is going to face the reigning Inner Geekdom champion, Chandru the Chosen. Inner Geekdom title match on the line. Chris Jericho returns. That's right, Chris Jericho from AEW. He returns to face Glow Star Brittany Young. Brett Sheridan, he is going to face Kevin Smith. That Kevin Smith is going to be a battle.
I got Sheridan knocking out Kevin Smith like in a street fight.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know about that. You've never actually seen Brett come back drunk after getting knocked out from St. Nick's.
I didn't either.
and then we have the team's championship. It'll be Shazam versus either Final Exam or the Odd Couple. in the team's championship match and in the singles championship match. The movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, Dangerous Dan Murrell, sitting at 16-5. 16-5 total record of his entire Schmoedown career, goes to defend his championship for a third time against the superstar, the new phenom, rookie phenom, Adam the Coyote Collins, who went 6-0 to win the Ultimate Schmoedown this year and earns his shot at the champion. So it is 12 days away from the spectacular. 12 days, guys. And if you want to get the tickets, you can go to the schmoedownlive.com. You buy the tickets there, or your patron at the $10 level, because this year it's a little different because of the digital era. The spectacular will run for patrons and will run for anybody who buys the ticket for about a week or two. And then after that, it's not going to run as a full event. Only on Patreon will run as a full event, and only on when you buy the purchase, you'll get the full event. The rest of it, it's going to air like matches, so we lead up until the next season. So, for example, Alex Damon versus Andres Cabrera will air one week, and then the following week will be Jericho versus Young, and so on. So the entire event will be available, just won't be available as one full event because of the 6.5 kind of hour upload that it will be. So
what's the spoiler rule on that going to be?
The spoiler rule on that will probably be within that time that you can purchase it and watch it, to be honest. Okay. And we'll have to figure that out as we get to free agent. Well, and honestly, before that, Ben, because we have to announce the faction winner. We have to announce who's going to hold on to their players. So I would really suggest that if you're going to catch up this year, you should go and get those tickets at the schmoedownlive.com or go to patreon.com/schmoedown. Become a patron. We're adding a lot of new tiers and a lot of new things next season. So, all right, Alex, let's get to the
wait, Kristian, there's a big question out there about the Schmoedown Spectacular that you are being very coy about, and that is this.
What?
Is that every time we've done the Spectacular, albeit it's been live before, we've had someone belt out an incredible rendition of the national anthem. Yeah. And if Steph is available, I don't know why on earth you would not have her sing the national anthem. Steph, I will do the duet with you if that makes you feel more comfortable. Her
Absolutely.
and I can trade verses.
Well, guys, we are trying to gain subscribers, not lose them. So not this year. So Tim Simas will be live stream or pre-taped. It'll be aired as a live to tape, basically. So we are going to be taping the matches and airing it as a full event, so that way you guys get all the bells and whistles, all the scenes, everything that's happening. So that way you guys have the full event that you pay for, that you can see all the questions. And we're going to add all the bells and whistles. Eric is going to start editing those and get those all set and done. So like we said, we want you to get that WrestleMania feel, and we want you to, when you get that purchase, that you can grab your pizzas and your popcorn and your chips and everything and just make a full day of the Spectacular. That's why we're doing it on a Saturday instead of our normal Friday pay-per-view day. So that's it. All right, let's get to the next one.
All right, Streamlabs. We're going to Streamlabs now. Sean Maroney says Ryan should play the soundbite of Ken's character saying "Sean Maroney" whenever someone on the panel bombs a joke.
I was told that clip has been retired unless I'm allowed to bring it back, but I haven't had any negotiation.
I look at that like Darth Vader looks at the name Anakin Skywalker. That name no longer has any meaning for me.
Sean Maroney. All right, next
one from Ace Money. When does Steph's album drop? #Royal Girls.
I'm working on it, Ace Money. I've been working tirelessly in the studio, dropping beats, making hits. Just stay tuned.
Fucking it up.
Stay auto-tuned, am I right?
God, Brad.
All right, I'm gonna give an update. I'm gonna give an update to everybody right now. So we're about for Steph, we're about 500 away. Mark, we're about 700 away.
Bring it on. I would just chug a beer at the end of the show, but I don't have any beer left in the fridge because that's how my weekends go.
I understand. I'm sure you.
Right.
That was my Thanksgiving. At least you got that, Mark.
Yeah. All right,
hey,
what's next?
I drank the bulk of the beers in my fridge were drank Thursday night because I was celebrating not only a huge Washington football team win, but also the fact that I made a pizza from scratch, 2 of them to be exact. So I celebrated pizza with more carbs, this time in liquid form.
Love it.
Fair. Next.
All right. 156 Impulse says, "Hi guys, happy Monday. I just have to say this. The last Mandalorian episode was amazing, but I have to say this. I do not want a Jedi to find the baby. I want a Sith to find him. That would be a crazy twist. What do you guys think? Love you guys."
Mark?
I am still where I was last week on Mandalorian, which was 3 episodes in. So I think I saw the beginning of the one with Katie, and then I decided that I need to take a nap, and then I haven't woke up from that nap in terms of Star Wars yet. So I know that the thing has a name now, so we can't call it the Thing anymore. But I still think I don't know how to, like, if I'm tweeting a joke, let's say, I don't know, 6 months from now about Baby Yoda, I still want to call it Baby Yoda. I don't hate the name, but I just think Baby Yoda's funnier. Is that legal to do?
We call him Mandalorian. We don't call him Din Djarin. Like,
yeah.
Thank you.
I think
All right.
so.
True. Perfectly legal.
Christian, don't do that. Don't do that.
Why?
Don't be looking at your other monitor, buying whatever shit you're buying for your kids for Christmas, and then come back. This is how Christian runs the show the second half. We all have a conversation. Christian's like, yeah, Well, we'll have to wait and see. And then he just gets.
It's not true. It's not true. I was trying to do the math again because we're getting closer to those karaoke songs. I want to see who we're going to see first. I can't do math. I was going to be like Russell Crowe over here in Beautiful Mind. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, it's a beautiful is a strong word for your mind, bud.
That's true. Yeah, but we'll have to wait and see. What's next?
Chris Jones says, saw some new deepfakes. One redoing the young Jeff Bridges in Tron Legacy. The other put Harrison Ford in Solo. Both blew me away. Deepfakes are improving on a daily basis. I think if you got the MCU de-aging team plus some of these deepfake YouTubers, it wouldn't be that hard to create a youthful Luke Skywalker for a Mandalorian appearance or other Disney Plus Star Wars appearance. I want to believe Favreau and Filoni have already run feasibility tests before putting pen to paper.
Yeah, I get nervous with that on how that's going to... I mean, obviously, it looks like the other stuff that has worked. You look at The Irishman, like people who did it on the internet as opposed to the actual filmmakers themselves, they did it better. But the question is, are they going to implement that? They could do it. They could. I don't know how they would try to do it, though. I'm not sure.
I think deepfake stuff, man. It scares me.
I think the way to do it is just because you can never please Star Wars fans anymore. So I think, yes, put Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian, but have Gilbert Gottfried play him and just never address that this looks nothing like Luke Skywalker, and just have Gilbert be Luke for heretofore.
Give me a couple of lines.
So my father cut my hand off as a youth.
As a youth?
As a youth.
Yes, I kissed my sister. Sue me.
But did you enjoy it, Gilbert?
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, it was wetter than I expected, and there was a lot of tongue.
I would have rather kissed a Wookiee.
And with that, I do have to go feed my Wookiee. I'll be right back. I'm listening.
All right, I'll let you know if we hit the goal. Chances are we won't. What's next?
Anthony Persak says, hope you all had a great weekend. I'm so hyped for the spectacular and even took the day off from work so I can watch it live. Which match are you guys most excited for? All are looking great, but the Star Wars match has my attention peaked. Much love, all.
This is one of the greatest cards that we've ever had. Ever. There's so many. I'm looking forward to all of them, but to me, this is the most exciting main event that we've had spectacular in a while. And I should when I say that, a lot of the main events that we've had before, they were really good on paper, but they didn't turn out to be like the Ellis versus Merle was great. Me versus Sam was a travesty. I shit the bed, and I can admit that. I was exhausted, and it was just terrible. The third match, the Irwin versus Roka, was built up to be like Andre versus Hulk, and Irwin won via TKO. Bateman versus Oyama, again, on paper, been great, but Bateman TKO. I don't think that's going to happen this time. I think this is going to be a total scrap going back and forth. We could see sudden death between these two guys. So to me, it's Merle versus Collins, but I'm excited for all of them. What about you, Goddard?
I think it is going to be because, we saw even last year at the Spectacular, I think only the Star Wars match wasn't a TKO. Like, they're all good matches,
right,
but, they just they all ended sooner than we thought they would. But I think with being at home, you're not going to have that crowd element. So I think people are going to be more focused. Out of those 5, I think I'm with, was that Anthony that said that? I think I'm with him with that Star Wars match, because the fact that Ace already has more wins in Star Wars than Alex Damon, who's had the belt for 500 years. is pretty. But then also, I'm looking forward to Murrell versus Collins, but I can't not favor Dan Murrell. Like you can't not.
Yeah, oh, he's been favored heavily in the polls. It's funny. You look at the polls, and it's right now it's like 72% or something along those lines. So let's see. Hold on a second. I will also want to. I'm going to make sure, because I'm looking at the records here in Star Wars, and yeah, Alex is 5-1, and Andres is 4-0. So Alex does have
5-1. Okay, I thought.
Yeah, he's got one more, but still, that's Andres has 4 wins and undefeated in 1 year. He will be the only Star Wars competitor to ever go he's the only competitor to ever go 4-0, but he'll be the only competitor to ever go 5-0 and win a championship. So he's got a good shot here to take the title away from Damon. So that's going to be exciting. But Steph, I know you're kind of brand new to it, but hearing all these matches and all this stuff coming up, do you have one in particular that you're curious about?
Yeah, every time I've seen the matches, the ones I'm most impressed with is the Star Wars one, because the amount of knowledge they know, and I'm a massive fan, is insane. What's funny?
I'm just watching Brett because he's like, I hope she says me, and then you did it, and he got all depressed.
I wasn't finished yet. Let me finish. Yeah. So I'm really excited to see that. But obviously, watching Brett just like as his number 1 fan is just going to be a moment of a lifetime for me, really.
That's right.
It's a co-main event. We all know it.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith. Look, I'm also. It's surreal to me that both Chris Jericho, Brittany Young, and Kevin Smith are all in the Spectacular. To me, that's a goal and something I'm very excited about in general. That it's like, just to have those 2 guys this year, they put on a hell of a show, Jericho and Smith, and now they're both in the car, they're both playing, and to talk to Kevin Smith and to see like he legit wants to be a champion. Like I love that he's so excited to be in the league, but he's got to go against Brett, who's the celebrity crusher. So we'll see if he can do it again here. It's going to be good.
I wish he'd take a more lax approach to it. I mean, come on, Kevin Smith. it's
just
all fun, man.
Man. All right, let's get to this question. So we have a lot of them.
Yeah, we do. All right, Popcorn says, Kristian, we know you wouldn't let Roxy babysit your kids, but would you let Steph? Also, Mayor Steph, how's the sweat today? LOL.
I don't know Steph well enough to say that. How are you with kids, Steph?
I'm pretty great. It depends on their age range. I talk to them like adults because I don't really understand like the child's mind. So I like to meet them at where I am.
So the answer is no.
Yeah.
We would have a great time. We'll just talk about the world.
Yes, I'll have her come over for a barbecue when we're allowed to, and she can talk to the kids. But watching the kids is I wouldn't do that to her.
Where am I on the list of like emergency? Oh no, the babysitter canceled. We got to call Ellis. Where am I on the options? Am I top 25?
If it was just Viv, you'd be in the top for sure, because you can play basketball with her and watch movies. The little one, dude, I'm telling you, man, the little one, she's the Terminator, dude. She eat you for breakfast.
I don't want to tell you how to do your job. Have you tried feeding her more? Because that's what I do with the dog, and it seems to work.
No. You missed my blueberry story. She'll tell you when she wants to eat. Like she woke up last night screaming she wanted blueberries, and we gave her blueberries. She smiled and she just passed out.
Wow.
Do you have Wi-Fi and not want to interact with children? Then you can watch my kids any day. They kind of are a little self-sufficient these days.
They're locked in the Matrix, right?
Yeah. So you're good to go. Wi-Fi.
I had a 20-minute conversation with Brett's son at Kristian's barbecue, and I learned so much in that 20 minutes. And the kid never looked up from his phone once.
Makes sense. All right.
I tried to get him to come in the other day. He's like, why?
I want to meet him.
I just want to show you my friends here. No.
He wants nothing to do with it.
Teenager.
Yeah, and watch, Brett. In a couple of years, you guys are going to be best friends again. You know it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. What's next?
I'm going to make him.
That's right.
Tanzir13 says, what are the odds Ben Solo yeeted Grogu at Luke's Jedi Academy when he turned? Or was Grogu one of the Jedi who took with him? Or was Grogu one of the Jedi he took with him and met up with the Knights of Ren?
It's a good question.
I'm just imagining the Knights of Ren. Grogu's like just piloting a fake body as one of the Knights of Ren in the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do it. I mean, look, you'd have to assume, and go the most grim is that he doesn't make it because somehow they do power up those clones.
Is Grogu the Jake Paul of Star Wars? Now, what I mean by that is Grogu is just this tiny little baby that you don't expect to have any sort of like force or powers, but then Grogu can dominate much more talented, it would seem, opponents. And so I'm saying it right now. Grogu is the Jake Paul of a galaxy far, far away.
Who's Nate Robinson?
Nate Robinson is any stormtrooper.
Yeah. Well done. All right, what's next?
C3P Diddy gives us a lot of donations and says, this is a lengthy one. Kristian, let me apologize for how lengthy this is, but hopefully the $5 per donation will cover it, and that you'll appreciate it at the end. In early 2017, I was at the time working a job that I didn't care for, in a relationship I wanted out of, and was convinced I was a waste of space in life. There were days I just wanted to end it all. Then I watched the Fed 17 2017 match, Merle versus Roka. I was immediately hooked on the movie Trivia Schmoedown. I fell in love with all the characters and arcs of people throughout the seasons. I watched the rise and falls of some great mental athletes that are on par with some of the greatest physical athletes. What I'm trying to get out is that you, sir, have given me something to look up to, something that can brighten my days in my darkest moments. In my own opinion, you are a big part of how I can turn my life around, and SEN Live has daily kept me my daily depression down amazingly and put a smile on my face every day. I love listening to you on headphones. Do you have an idea how funny it is when people see a man being quiet and then burst out into laughter for no reason? Thank you for all you have done. Here's to another 7 seasons of the MTS. By the way, that Odd Couple versus Deception video was hands down the best match I've ever seen. It absolutely should be nominated for Match of the Year. Love you all and can't wait for Roka to get back into a studio match so he can win back both of his belts. I have so much faith in the Outlaw. Damn you 2020 for fucking with my hero.
Well, thank you. What a nice message that was. Thank you. It was really sweet. Thank you for the donations. It was really, really nice. Thank you, Alex, for reading that out there too. And look, we're excited, and I'm also very excited for all the new people that get a chance to rewatch and re-experience the show and all these new things, right? Because as I mentioned before, we're at a little over 26,000 now on TikTok. There are a lot of new people I saw trying to find out what the show is, learning about the show, and discovering it. So it's fans like yourself, Diddy, so that can welcome the new fans in and let them know. And for those new fans, if you're watching this show and you found us through TikTok, go to Facebook and join the SCHMOEDOWN Facebook group, and you can interact with the group over there, and they'll help you out if there's certain matches you want to see and you want to learn the show and things of that nature. So thank you so much to CP Diddy for putting in that wonderful.
How many Clubhouse followers do we have?
Clubhouse? What's that?
Yeah. Anybody checking out the Clubhouse? It's a new social media platform.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's called Clubhouse. Check it out. I haven't done anything with it yet, but I got my handle reserved in case it. See, when all these new things crop up, I just get my handle reserved on it in case I feel like doing it. There's no chance in hell I'm going to be anything on Clubhouse, but I just figure I might as well get it. I think it's like audio based as opposed to visual. So that's really showing the best side of me. And so I just figured I'd check it out.
I like what you're doing.
I signed up for one, and I can't remember the name of it, thinking I was going to get ahead of the curve, Mark, and you can see how big it took off. So
it might just be me and Kevin Hart as of right now. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you once again for that, and for you guys for putting in donations. And I'm also noticing, as we're talking about it, there are a lot of people actually buying tickets for the SCHMOEDOWN Spectacular right now. And for those people who didn't know, the tickets are available. It's the SCHMOEDOWNlive.com, and just go to the live tickets page on SCHMOEDOWNlive.com and get your tickets for the Spectacular today. You want to see it? You want to watch all these matches? It's the end of the season, and there's some also if you haven't been paying attention, something's going on with Andrew Guy. If you didn't check out the last 2 matches, if you've seen the 2 scenes about something's going on with him, and you might just see the conclusion to that particular wave of videos on the finals. But then who knows what's to come from there? All right, what's next?
All right, Robert Yamagata says, "What a great episode of The Mandalorian. I almost pooped my pants when Ahsoka appeared."
What did he almost do?
He almost pooped his pants. Okay. This episode made me really want to see a Jedi Academy series. Anyone else? Also, Brett, tell those people to S my D from the back. Happy Monday, everyone.
Oof. So it's Academy series could be interesting. I think more of an animated to me. I know they have those books. That would be good. I don't know if I need to see a series, but it's the same thing. It depends on who's the showrunner, who's doing who's writing it. So that's where it all comes down to. What do you guys think? Mark, would you want to see a Jedi Academy series?
I feel like the last, 40 years of Star Wars have been the greatest vacation you could possibly ask for. And now I'm in like day 14 of the vacation where I'm like, I just want to go somewhere else. I know it's tropical and there's pina coladas and I just need to go somewhere else. So can we let's just put a little bubble around this Skywalker era and let's just go back like 1,000 years. Like the only character I want to see that I've heard of before is a high school, maybe even a toddler age Yoda, like with little Oshkosh Bagosh overalls. And that's all I want to see from the people that I've heard of. I've seen enough of their adventures. Let's move on, or backwards as the case should be.
Well, good call.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, next one.
All right, Tanzir 13.
Thank you for paying attention, Kristian. I
did pay attention. We have 15 minutes to finish all these.
You did not.
All this. I did.
You were not paying attention. You decided to go on Amazon, order socks, and put on your Six Flags socks and glasses, and then you just came back over and you decided to chime in with like that makes sense. You have no idea what I just said.
I know exactly what you said about going back and forth, your vacation and all the shit you just said. I heard it. What's next?
Back to Future. That's what you said.
Yeah.
All right, Tanzir 13 says, I might be in the minority, but as a casual Star Wars viewer, I feel like The Mandalorian is bringing the universe smaller by interconnecting everything. It's disappointing that a giant universe with countless possibilities revolves around the same few stories.
I'm going to give Kate I'll give Kate some more material. I could not disagree more. It's such the wrong way to approach this. It's not. It is a new character completely on these little side adventures, what just happens. It's intertwining with the New Republic that has been formed. It's these things that were set up in the movies. And the Mandalorian is a brand new character. Carl Weathers' character, brand new character. Cara Dune, brand new character. Bringing in Ahsoka for the first time for people who never watched the animated series. Brand new to a lot of these things. Connect to people who it's first time live. Yeah. So all of these things and the way that this is all connected, and it's part of the overall lore. So you have to tell the lore. I don't understand this whole thing of it's making the universe smaller. It's connecting the overall lore to what people got connected with. I don't understand that argument at all. What's next?
Next one from B. Arthur can get it. Had my new girlfriend over from Thanksgiving this year, who was a vegetarian.
Yeah, you did.
My mom decided to flavor everything with broth and bacon in the green beans. I've never felt sadder than looking over at her plate populated with just a roll and some yams. Next one from Matthew Z. Huh?
Is she vegetarian or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that part.
Matthew Z. Reed says, I'm calling it. The name of the Yoda/Grogu/Yaddle race is going to be the Wills. Let it be known, Matthew Z. Sleazebagano Reed. Called it.
I would love that, actually. I think that's a great call. I would love that. It'd be great. What's next?
Marvel56 says, Hi guys, so I had a crazy weekend. I got really drunk and my friend of 2 years got mad at me and told me the next day if I was acting like a fool at the party. And this friend was the only person that said something to me. I feel bad. Should I apologize?
I mean, yeah, if you feel like you're an asshole face, it's always the people who feel like, they don't think they were being a jerk. So screw it.
Yeah.
They can deal with it. If you feel like you were a jerk, people do stupid shit sometimes. Just apologize. It's fine. Steph, do you agree?
Yeah, apologize, but also don't let your friends shame you because everyone gets drunk and acts like an ass.
Right. Why are you at a party though? It's a party.
Yeah, that's the part of this.
Yeah, we're in
How
quarantine.
big was the party?
Yeah. Seems like it was a real rager. Here's my rule of thumb, kids, and you can take this with you for the rest of your life, is if you get too drunk to where you wake up and you don't remember what happened the night before, just go ahead and issue a blanket apology before anybody comes at you. And that way you just kind of get everything out in the open. Don't sweep it under the rug because you don't remember what you did. Maybe you were a nice guy. Maybe you opened a library. Maybe you killed a prostitute. You just don't know. So go ahead and apologize for anything you might have done.
Dude, Robin Williams had the best bit about that too. He's like, it's that phone call the next day. Like, what? I took a shit in your tuba. Yeah, so good. All right, what's next?
B. Arthur can get it. Also, if anybody wants some absurdist comedy in these crazy times, check out Auntie Donna's Big Ol' House of Fun on Netflix. It's dumb, fun, and exactly what we need in 2020. There are also mates of Mr. Sunday Movies, so, synergy. I also got to say, I started watching How To with John Wilson on HBO.
Mm-hmm.
Great absurdist comedy, very much like Nathan For You. Garth Harkness McMurray says, my theory is that Ahsoka is in search of Ezra, so she's trying to track him down through finding Thrawn. If Thrawn is back, then maybe so is Ezra. Ahsoka hopes that Grogu is sending out a signal to draw in any Jedi, might draw in Ezra if he's able to come.
It just depends on what if this thing about what Filoni's saying about if it possibly takes place before that prologue in Rebels. Yeah. Because then she hasn't been searching yet. So we have to kind of take that as it is. But all right, what's Garrett Lee's got to say?
He says, happy Monday, my dudes, Steph included. Dude is gender neutral. Yes. What do you think about Ezra being the one that trains Grogu? Rahul Kohli has been rumored to be cast as adult Ezra, and he keeps hinting at it at a Star Wars tie on Twitter. Much love, crew.
I think Ben will agree with me on this. I think there's someone better than Ezra.
Go fuck yourself for including me in that joke. That was so bad.
I'll take it, Brett. Brett, you just aimed that right over this way.
You love that guy.
I know, and you stole it. I was gonna say it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I just got it. All right, what's next?
All right, Ace Money says, hey, Brett, I know you were an old school Smashing Pumpkins fan. They just dropped a new double album called CYR. Also, let's set up Steph for success by giving her a hip-hop song to karaoke. I think it might suit her voice more. # Steph for mayor.
Well, yeah,
I listened to a little bit the other night.
Steph's going to be okay, though, because we need about 520 away from Steph. So Steph's going to be all right today.
Am I? Is it Ben now, or is it still me?
No, you're on the board. We haven't hit your goal yet.
Oh.
We're going to hit yours first. So, all right, what's next?
Gavin Mint says, good morning. Has anyone seen the doc I Am Your Father? It was a touching film about David Prowse and explores his relationship with Star Wars. Huh. The director gave him a chance to act the final Return of the Jedi scene. I'm glad he got to do it before his death.
Oh, that's cool. No, I
have seen it. It's great.
Did you? Is it really good?
Great. Yeah.
Check that out. All
yeah.
Right. See, Ellis? I heard what you said. All right, what's next?
50 Shades of Geek says, hey, everyone, did you miss me? Didn't think you would. I missed you, 50 Shades of Geek.
Always miss the geek. All right.
Ryan White says, Kristian, even though I've never seen the Clone Wars or Rebels, I really am enjoying The Mandalorian. Hearing how excited you and others get when you talk about the show makes me more excited, too. Don't forget to check out The World Girls. Hi, Steph.
Hi.
Thank you.
I don't know why people say that. I watch it with my entire family who hasn't seen Clone Wars or Rebels, and they're not like massive fans, and they're obsessed with The Mandalorian. And they didn't need to know anything about Ahsoka to be equally in love with her.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I think I saw that where some people are like, oh, it connects to. I don't want to have to watch the animated series in order to know what's going on. You're not lost. It's just because you don't know the character. It doesn't mean, Brett, you'd seen a little bit of Rebels, but were you lost watching it?
Yeah, what I had seen of Rebels didn't even give me any backstory on Ahsoka Tano. So I knew the character. My family isn't confused or having any moments.
Yeah, I think like when Katie said it, like go seek Ahsoka Tano, everyone that saw Clone Wars and stuff was like, whoa, Ahsoka's coming. But when it actually comes to the show, you're like, oh, okay, that's Ahsoka. Cool. Like it's like for the reference, yeah, you get it. And like same with Thrawn, if you've watched that, you're like, oh,
Pete
cool,
Sauza donated $20. Hello friends, I was sorry to hear RB3 went to the networks, or did he? Am I right then? Anyways, can we Soviet Ben monologuing about real Pete Sauza and Shminiati taking over the SCHMOEDOWN?
Oh, so Noho Hank doing what?
Talking about the Shmominati and what?
Pizza USA.
Real Pizza USA.
Pizza USA. Oh, okay. So, all right. So I'll get it for you. It is Noho Hank monologuing about Real Pizza USA and the SCHMOEDOWN taking over the Shmominati taking over the SCHMOEDOWN.
Well, as you can see, the guy Andrew He's not sure about SCHMOEDOWN, and just like here in the proletariat, we are not sure of SCHMOEDOWN either. We worship at the proletariat and the Red Square, so we don't want to give the higher powers, because here we have communism. Everybody, if the SCHMOEDOWN exists, everybody's in SCHMOEDOWN. That's just how it works. Like we are all comrades here. As far as Pizza USA, there's nothing suspicious about Pizza USA. They're good American pizza. Very patriotic. Ignore beeping pepperonis. Those are not microchips. Those are just seasoned pepperonis. I promise. Enjoy.
Thanks.
Wow, that was really good.
It was good.
Yeah, that was a whole lot of glasnost right there.
Can we get a super chat, Alex? I think that we start from Justin D. I can start. He says Yoda, yogurt, Grogu. I can do the super chat ones, and you can do the Streamlabs. Herman Lago says, is Grand Admiral Thrawn Gideon's boss? The Admiral is behind the return of Palpatine. I don't think so. I think Thrawn is going to be in the Ahsoka series. I think it's going to be something completely separate. I think that they're going to keep Gideon as the main baddie for this one. Becoming Rock. Thrawn is more than just rebels. Have you read the new novels? I bet when Ahsoka finds him, he and Ezra are working together. That'd be interesting too.
Ooh, okay.
That's why I think that Ezra's not appearing in Mandalorian. You're not going to see him in it. I think that they're already. I think that the Ahsoka series is already signed. I think the Ahsoka series is already in development. I think the Ahsoka series is already starting to cast, and I think they'll probably announce it sooner than later. I wouldn't be surprised if the Ahsoka series debuts in either 2022 or 2023. I'd say probably 2022 is what I would guess. Jaimin John with a bunch is God of War movie one that will work. It's the same answer of it just depends on how it's done, Same. He also follows up with who will win Sub-Zero. Ellis, I'll let you answer this one. Who will win Sub-Zero versus Iceman versus Mr. Freeze?
That's Iceman from X-Men, not from Top Gun, not Tom Kazansky, fighter pilot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Throw him in there too, though.
I think Sub-Zero will easily take out Mr. Freeze, and then it's between Sub-Zero and Iceman. If Iceman shows up alone, I don't give him a chance against Sub-Zero. Now, if Iceman shows up with all of his friends, which is kind of cheating, then I might give this. But if you take all the Mortal Kombat characters and put them up against those silly mutants at that school, I'm going Mortal Kombat. I think that they just want it more. They're hungrier. They want to show off those finishing moves to the world. I'm giving the edge to Mortal Kombat.
Me too. And did you see, Ellis, have you watched any of that Mortal Kombat stuff with Stallone and Arnie fighting together against each other?
I did. I haven't really paid attention to Mortal Kombat since that movie came out.
Well, Rambo is in it, and so is the Terminator. And speaking of which, Jaimin John also follows up and says, "Will a biopic about the rivalry between Sly and Arnie work? Imagine 2013's Rush, but instead of Niki Lauda and James Hunt, it's the Austrian Oak and the Italian Stallion." Yeah, it's just a matter of who can pull them off. It's going to be hard enough for Chris Hemsworth to pull off Hogan. So I'm excited about it, but we'll see. Haskell 420. Disney officially owns the rights to Daredevil. Who would you want to see Feige bring back or trust their consistent casting? I want them all back. I'd like to see Charlie Cox return. I think Charlie Cox was a great Daredevil. I think it would be, and I also think it's a way for them to have the series and keep it as canon if they wanted to, and not recast and not tell us the origin story again. So I would like Charlie Cox. What do you think, Goddard?
Same. And Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. Absolutely. He's so good in that show.
Yeah,
and Bernthal as Punisher.
Anybody else?
Bernthal.
Yeah, bring back Rosario Dawson too.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep going on Streamlabs because then we got to finish up.
Yes, Almog says, I actually started watching Clone Wars because of Mando. Finished season 2 and liking it a lot. It's funny how it is mostly episodic and people still complained about Mando being episodic. On another note, anyone watched Jiu-Jitsu? It's something.
No, haven't heard.
Sat on.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the Nicolas Cage movie. I think it's probably just on.
Yes, I can't wait. I can't wait.
All right, keep going.
All right, 50 Shades of Geek says, I know I'm late on this, but hey, Ryan and Steph, you're great new additions to the show. Ryan looks and sounds like a movie star, and Steph is a real-life queen. Not sure what they're doing on a show about fart jokes and screaming, but they make it work.
That's right.
True.
Thanks Thanks for making us thanks for making the rest of us feel right at home on a show about
you
shit
bunch
and
of
fart
pigs
jokes.
with fart jokes.
No, message received.
Yeah, we know. Steph, we know who we are.
I'm right here. I love the fart noises. Are you kidding? Keep it coming.
We know who you are too. All right, what's next?
Fuckless in Seattle says, "Hey, hope y'all had a great weekend. I was wondering, what do y'all think Taika in 1917's writer new Star Wars movie is going to be about? I don't even think it's going to be an Old Republic because of Taika's style and tone. What are each of y'all's guesses? You first, Brett. JK, thanks."
Ellis. Ellis. This was an old school. If this was an old school schmoes no conversation, I know exactly how this would go, because I'm going to tell you this, Ellis. I don't care about the movie yet. I'd rather see Taika do a full series. That's what I'd rather see.
God, you are just the worst. It's Kristian. 9 movies have come out that have literally informed and shaped your life and your career, and now you're like, nah, I don't need
more
them
than
anymore.
that. It's more than 9. It's been like 11.
Well, 9 really good ones. So
what?
I feel like I love Star Wars movies. I love getting excited to see a Star Wars movie more so than a Star Wars show. And I've told you this before, that if Taika Waititi is doing something in Star Wars, I want to see, maybe I'll let him take over for Marty Scorsese and finally make my Jabba the Hutt gangster movie. I want to see Goodfellas in space, and that is what I want Taika to do, with a wink and nod sense of humor. Give me the Hutts as some sort of mobsters.
Pass. Next.
Trouser Snake J. Concho says, "The last episode of Ando truly made my neck hair stand up and me cream my pants. So sad Disney sequels didn't give us an epic scene with Luke. Instead, he drank milk from alien boobs and was a grump. Hope Disney keeps hiring people that know what we want."
And you thought this show wasn't classy.
All right, next one from 50 Shades of Geek. It says, "Tennis is just two people saying, 'No, fuck you' to each other with a ball instead of words." There we go, Ben. Did you miss that?
That was good. So where was that correct from?
That's from SpongeBob.
That was Ryan.
Oh, it was great. All right, what's next?
That was Plankton. Like, people that talk loud try to seem intelligent. Correct.
What's next? You got a, you know what? Oh shit! Just read all of 50 Shades of Geeks in one shot, because we got a bunch of them here.
I have one more from Fuckless in Seattle, real quick, and also the fact that they got 2 Oscar-nominated winning writers / winning writers to do the next / a Star Wars movie is impressive. Do you think this Kennedy, or it's just because Taika is close with the Disney family? He might not even be directing what he's writing. Thoughts?
No, it's not. Look, you can't. As much as people like to give shit to Kathleen Kennedy, when it comes to producing and bringing in the directors of the movies, that's all her. And bringing and having conversations. She probably had relationships with Taika because his relationship with Marvel. Probably then had meetings with Kathleen Kennedy, who then probably introduced him to Jon Favreau, and then got involved there. And he knows the world pretty well. So you cannot just because there's certain things. And I certainly don't like a lot of her creative decisions, but you have to, when it comes to relationships and working with talent and understanding the talent, she's you have to give her credit for that, for sure. And I think she probably definitely had a lot to do with that. What's 50 Shades of Geek say?
Alex, that hair is on fire, by the way. Kristian, why didn't I look that good when I dyed my hair blonde?
You did. I just didn't want to tell you.
I knew it. I knew it.
Thank you, Mark.
Oh.
50 Shades of Geek says, "Hey Alex, I have the same Batman mug. Good on you." It's from Loot Crate. Thank you. 50 Shades of Geek also says, "The heavier you are, the harder it is to kidnap you. So stop this silly health business and eat some cake."
Yeah.
He also says, "How do you make a waterbed more bouncy? Add more spring water." My girlfriend left me a note on the fridge and said, "This isn't working," but I opened it and it still works. Should I call her before she buys a new one?
It's like a Jay London special.
Okay. Fun fact: the European name of Miles Morales is Kilometers Morales.
Man, Goddard is having a fucking field day.
All right. Bojack says, "Kristian, what's the verdict on Prince Street Pizza,
Josh
LA?"
Barnett donated $20. Haven't been able to watch live, but I just have to say, for who I want to see come to train Grogu, in my mind it should be Cal Kestis. An older Cal being brought into live action would fit his motives from Fallen Order and gives legitimacy to the game.
Yeah. It'd be cool. You could bring him in, and the question is you'd have to age. You couldn't have the same actor. You have to age unless you're going to age him up.
Why can't the ghost train anybody? Like, does it take a lot of Force juice to show up as a ghost? Because they basically just show up for like one conversation and then they're out. And it's like, why don't you just hang out as a ghost and just like be in a movie?
It takes a lot of the Force to do it. To answer your question.
Oh, Mark, you ignorant slut.
All right, let's keep going.
Kristian, do you have a verdict on Prince Street Pizza in L.A.?
Sorry. Yeah, I have not have an opportunity to get there yet because of the lines. I know that the lines are going to die down eventually, so I don't want to wait on any lines at the moment. But I am going to get there very soon.
Okay.
Where is it?
It's on Sunset in West Hollywood.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a minute before I get there.
Yeah. Okay, keep going.
Tachyon the Source says if Chandru knocks out Chance, Ace beats Damon, and Merle beats Collins, Swag and Corruption will be tied in points. Is the on-spot 3-round match still the tiebreaker? We would see Paul Oyama versus Adam Collins to decide the faction race.
Yes. So for those people out there, if Swag if Swag and Corruption are tied by the end of the Spectacular, then we will add one more match to the Spectacular, and Shannon will choose someone from their faction, and Swag would choose someone from their faction, and they would battle it out and then whoever won that would win, and it would be a 5-rounder, not a 3-rounder.
Woo! You hear that, Molly? We might have to work more on the 12th. Get ready.
That's right. Keep going.
All right, 50 Shades of Geek says, I said hi to my friend Jack the other day. Does that make me a hijacker?
Man. Okay.
That wasn't great. That one wasn't great.
Bella says, Steph, congrats on the World Girls calendar. Can't wait to see it. Schmoes, why did we never get a calendar? LOL, I'd pay good money for Ellis in a firefighter outfit. Whale's vagina.
Because it would just been Makuga is cosplaying on every single month. It would just be him with a mustache popping into every single one, I'm sure. All right, keep going.
I think we could have done a really cute one with Kristian as Santa and me on his lap.
Yes.
And we denied the world that.
Or you as an elf.
I could be an elf.
Yeah.
You don't know me.
No, I do. No.
You know me pretty well.
You know what?
Hey, are you and your family on the gluten still? I was going to send you something for Christmas. Are you guys on the gluten, or are you off the gluten?
I mean, do we eat? Yeah, we don't. We eat normal fucking shit.
Dude, you've been through some diets recently, and so I don't know what your current status is. It's a fair question to ask in front of the world.
It's fair. Okay. Yeah, we eat some shit. We eat some
stuff. Like pretzels?
I love fucking pretzels.
Okay, get ready. Get your tummy ready.
You know I like pretzels. Pretzels and cheese, man.
Well, these are hard pretzels.
Yeah. Oh, well, I like
Let's keep this gold going. This is the chemistry that built an empire.
3 more questions left. Let's do this.
What's next?
I'm guessing this is Suge Knight 323 says, Sup everyone, just wanted to stop by and say hi. Super excited about Spectacular. Cannot wait. Super excited about all the matches. Favorite moment of the year? Mine is Ace's run and how he kept telling us he was going to do it. Also, Saw Ka was funny too.
Yeah, that's when Ellis pissed off Ben Goddard in the middle of that match. It's really fun.
Ben, do you have any recollection of what they're talking about?
I don't know what is going on. that Schmobot was for the birds.
Oh, it was really. That's where heels. All right, keep going.
D-Train says, so did Grogu get saved during the Order 66 sequence, or was it shortly after that? If yes, then I think there should be a flashback scene of how Grogu was saved during Order 66. It'll be good to see Order 66 from a different perspective. Hayden Christensen can come back?
I love that.
I love that.
See, that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. It's like, some people would then argue, oh, why do we got to keep rehashing the same thing? Because it ties in. The whole thing kind of ties into it. So I'd love to see that. But who knows if they're going to do it or not.
I do want to see, because how long is this? Sorry, never mind.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish.
How Mandalorian takes place after Return of the Jedi. How long is it between Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi? Like
so it was
20, 30 years?
It was 19 years. No, it was 19 years from Sith to New Hope. So I think it's like something like 23 years, something like that, 23, 24 years, something like that.
So like, how is Grogu even functioning then? Because he can barely function now. Like, so he's half his age. Like,
yeah, so he was
training.
He would be like
Jedi?
20. He was training. He was probably like 20, a little over 20 at the time. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Alrighty.
Next.
All right, last one of the day. Tumbling Turd NATO says, speaking of poop, I think Goddard is pooped.
Oh yeah, are you tired, Goddard?
No, I'm good. Did my bike exercise this morning. Had my protein shake. I'm good.
Yeah. There's one more super chat. Jaimin John said, "Hey Mark, You remember Kristian annoying you with the shaking piece of paper when you guys did Best and Worst years ago? I brought that up to him, and he didn't remember it when I brought it up to him. Do you remember it now?
Yes. I always remembered it.
Oh, okay.
I always remembered it. Maybe you were looking at your other screen when we were having a conversation.
I might have been talking to Topher Grace.
Well, you could have been talking to Topher or Eminem or Alfred Pennyworth or the Concha Club guy. Look, there's only so many faces in the world, and me and Michael Bublé are blessed to have the same one.
All right, well, look, we didn't hit the goals today, but hey, that's all right. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Well, tomorrow we'll set the goals, and we'll try to get them back. We'll try to get the goals for everybody here. And Steph's going to be back on Thursday. Mark Ellis, try to get him back on, too.
I'll see you in 2021.
That's right. Hey, Alex, Ben Goddard, Ryan, all you guys. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today on the show. Make sure that you are clicking like, leaving comments, doing the whole thing, and make sure you're also getting this show on Apple Podcasts, following us on Spotify. That helps tremendously. Thanks for everything. See you tomorrow. Peace out, my brothers.